Radio. KHBL LP. Hannibal.
It's time for Pirate Football. This broadcast is made possible by the following businesses in our community. Please thank them, and most importantly, please support them. Crescent Jewelry, Blessing Health Hannibal, Steve Virel Raymond James, Frozen Sippies, F&M Bank, Hannibal Realty, Smith Funeral Home, Best Brush LLC, Alexic Family Insurance, Curl Harkin Holiday, and Vincent Financial Group. Enjoy the game. Go Pirates!
Good evening, Pirate fans, and welcome to Porter Stadium on the campus of Hannibal High School. It is week 2 of the Missouri Class 4 District 5 playoffs. Surprise opponent tonight, the Hannibal Pirates will take on the Mexico Bulldogs, who defeated the number 2 seed last week at Kirksville. Kirksville was undefeated. Mexico comes into this game at 5-5 now, but they got a little swagger after last week. They beat Kirksville in double overtime. Hannibal 7-3 on the season. We'll see if they can keep that winning ways going this evening. This is Mark Dowell. I got Joe Thomas, Terry Sampson in the booth with me. Joel Booth will be on the way here in a little bit. I'm going to head down to the field tonight. I'll be down on the sidelines for the first half. Alex Meyer is here to do the stats. We will talk this one over after this 2-minute break. You're listening to Hannibal Pirate Playoff Football on KHBL 96.9 FM.
Wondering at what age you can retire? Let Benson Financial Group help you answer this question. Trade the best job you ever had for the only job you ever wished for. Our advisors are experienced in developing financial planning strategies for retirement and income distribution. We will build your retirement plan to replace that paycheck. There will be a smart place to get your money when you need it. It'll be an honor to advise you as you plan for your future. Benson Financial Group. Built on trust, dedicated to service.
For those nearing the age of 65, Medicare is an important consideration. At Alexic Family Insurance, we specialize in Medicare and health insurance. Hi, I'm Michael Alexic, your local insurance broker now licensed in Missouri and Illinois. Whether it's Medicare, health, life, or supplemental insurance, we can provide dedicated services to you and your loved ones. Our phone number is 573-570-4476, or we can be reached at alexicfamilyinsurance.com. Alexic Family Insurance, protecting your future one plan at a time.
At Hannibal Realty, our commission is negotiable. Our service is not. Buying a home is a big decision. With that in mind, we want our clients to find the best home, be it after looking at one house or looking for 2 years. Hannibal Realty offers comprehensive real estate services to both buyers and sellers throughout Hannibal and the surrounding area. Our team of realtors can be contacted at 573-719-5000 or at hannibalrealty.com. Hannibal Realty, guiding you home.
Smith Funeral Home and Chapel started in 1888, serving others as they would want to be served, with reverence, respect, and responsibility. Services are personalized and specific to each family. Smith Funeral Home and Chapel is proud to have provided over 130 years of service to the Hannibal community and the surrounding area. Brent Massey and staff wish the best of luck to the Hannibal High School Pirates.
All right, welcome back, Hannibal Pirate Loyal. We're about 10 minutes away from game time here in the second round of the Missouri Class 4 District 5 playoffs here. Hannibal will be taking on Mexico. Mexico, we played them a few weeks back, Terry. We kind of handled them pretty easily with a 40-0. You know, and tonight we've got some guys that are absent. We've got some banged-up players. We've got Nick Thomas. We've got Trey Hoskins, Mike Ferreira. Cade Hoskins is out, and obviously we still have one of our linebackers out. I'm just kind of blanking out on the name right now. Sorry, I'll give it to you here real quick. Casey McAfee. And Casey's been out for several weeks because of a broken hand, but he is actually I think he's planning on coming back next week with kind of a club-type apparatus onto his hand there, Terry.
Yeah, it's a different ball game, Joe, than the last time for sure. They're playing a lot better ball. Their offense has woke up. They've got some key players back. I'm alluding to Mexico now. And they beat a really good Kirksville team last week in Kirksville. So with the injuries and everything else, we're optimistic but a little bit cautious, I guess, Joe, is the best word.
I think you're exactly right. You know, we're kind of, we don't know exactly what to expect. We think Hannibal definitely has more firepower than Mexico does. You know, at the helm tonight, going to be our lead running back is going to be Landon Essig, number 0. Landon is a spark plug on this football team. You know, we're not missing anything with that. Also, beside him is Darian Washington. Darian is also a spark plug, and man, we've got some electric guys in the backfield that any team is going to have a handful of dealing trying to tackle these two guys.
Yeah, no question about it. And you missed a guy like Michael Ferrer. There's no question about it. But if our offensive line can continue to dominate the way they did last week and open holes like they did, we're going to be okay. And I think it's real important to establish that ground game and take control of it, Joe.
No, absolutely. You know, we talked a little bit about this. This rivalry goes back to 1937, Terry. Mexico, you know, there was the Hell's Bells theme song, so the Hannibal Pirates must be getting ready to take the field. But going back to, you know, we started playing Mexico as a rivalry team in 1937. Hannibal Pirates, of the 92 games, Hannibal was 61-29. That does include our game about 4 weeks ago that we dominated that ball game at 40-0. So, and out of those games, there was 2 ties into that. So it's been a while since Mexico has really kind of been able to handle the Hannibal Pirates, what we have to give out week in and week out. But, you know, tonight's a little bit different. So we're kind of going to see. Terry, have they taken the field yet? I can't really see around the corner.
No, I don't see them yet, but they're coming tonight.
We do have our main guy, Mark Dow. Let's congratulate Mark Dow. He is down on the sideline now. This is the first time in, I believe, 15 years that the sideline has been, that we've had a 6'8" radio broadcaster down on the sideline. Mark, what's the atmosphere to you down there?
I tell you what, guys, this is awesome down here. This is more fun than banana time in the monkey cage.
Well, I'm glad it's better than something squishing on the heel of a June bug. So I can take that analogy there a lot better. The Hannibal Pirates just took the field. They came out of the end zone there, ran down the middle of the field with the cheer and the palm team out there. And the band is full-blown, ready to go. You know, Mark, up here in the booth, we do feel the electricity here from the Pirates. Again, this is a do or die. We're at that part of the season where if you lose, your season is done. And I think that everybody here, and including all the players out there, they don't want our season to end. We're looking to try to take it deep. We know that we have Warrenton is playing Osage down at Warrenton tonight. Warrenton has a little bit weaker schedule than what Osage has this year. So we think there's going to be a good ball game. If Warrenton does, in fact, win that ball game and the Hannibal Pirates win tonight, we will be at Warrenton next Friday night at 7 p.m. If Warrenton loses to Osage and the Pirates do come out victorious against Mexico tonight, we will host next Friday night here at Porter Stadium.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The way the brackets shape up, 1 and 2 are playing each other, 5 and 6, 3 and 4, 7 and 8. We're in District 5 in Class 4, and the next game is just exactly like you said. If Warrenton wins and we win, we go to Warrenton. If Warrenton loses and Osage wins, Osage comes here. And that has ramifications, Joe, too, for the next round. So.
It does. We're going to go ahead and we're getting ready to do the national anthem here. I'm going to turn it down to Mark Dowell on the field here, and Mark's going to catch the national anthem for us. There we go, the Hannibal Pirates national anthem.
I'm a little surprised Mexico didn't bring a few more fans, Joe. Typically,
they've got more
it's only
fans.
an hour drive. But
Usually we kind of see there's more football players on the sideline than spectators, but there actually looks like there's more spectators than the football crew.
yeah, they've got more than the traditional group does. It looks kind of thin in the crowd so far. I don't know if you can see anything, Mark, but looks kind of thin from up here.
They're starting to pile in here.
Starting to pile in here. Mark's down here talking with Ian. Ian is the ball boy for the Hannibal Pirates. But before we kind of get underway, you know, we're talked about missing a couple of key guys tonight. Mike Ferreira is not on the lineup tonight. It's going to be handed over to Landon Essig. So far, Landon Essig this year, he's second in line behind Mike on rushing stats for this year. Landon has 324 yards rushing. On average, he's 6.1. He's only 0.1 yards average less than Mike Ferreira, but he's got 6.1 yards per carry, and he's averaging 36 yards a game. That's due to Mike Ferreira being the main contributor to that. Then we have Waylon Andrews coming behind it with 343 yards, averaging 34 yards a game. And then Darian Washington, man, that kid is elusive and just explosive. Whether he's looking at getting a pass down the middle, Terry, or kind of a little flare-out pass, both Landon and Darian have the same kind of type games to him. I think if Darian is a little bit more dynamic with his jukes, kind of Aeneas Williams-like. I've said it 1,000 times, but it's true. He is. Landon Essig is small, but he is extremely powerful. He is not afraid to lower his helmet and shoulder pads and rip you with a forearm shiver as he goes through you.
Different ball carriers, that's for sure. Mark's down on the field right now.
Mark's out here going to get the coin toss here.
Is he turned up?
Teams are shaking hands right now.
Mark stands a little taller than
he does.
You do, Joe.
He can reach over Waylon Andrews out there.
He's got the birds.
All right, gentlemen, Matt Lucas, Craig David, we're going to be your officials tonight, all right? We're going to work hard for you guys. Your captains, show leadership out here. Help us out with your teammates. So let's have good sportsmanship, all right? Congratulations on being here at the game. Coaches, I'll let you guys go. Or you're the visitors, you're going to call the toss. Eagles tails. Mr. Eisenhower's heads. Heads or tails? He said tails, correct? All right, if I drop it, we're going to redo it. Tails it is. You defer. You can take the football. You're going to defer.
Mexico has won the toss and they have deferred.
So it's kind of like last week. We'll get the ball first, and hopefully we'll take charge. Mr. Booth is with us now, so Joel, hopefully we can take charge from the start here.
Hello, gentlemen.
Joel, we're kind of talking here. We got some key players that are out of this ball game tonight. We got Mike Ferreira that's out of the ball game tonight. Obviously, the Hoskins brothers, Nick Thomas. You know, Nick and Trey Hoskins, they were out, and actually Cade also were out in the first meeting of this ball game, teams here about 4 weeks ago, and we came out on top 40-0. Mike Ferreira not being in the game is hurtful, but Landon Essig is going to step up. So is Darian Washington. We've got some serious talent behind Mike, as we always do at Hannibal. But, it's a little bit of a different dynamic ball game tonight.
Absolutely. I made the fatal mistake after Frozen Sippies. I went home and sat in the recliner.
Did you doze off a little bit?
It tackled you, didn't it?
I woke up and I thought, oh, my gosh, I better get there. We wondered where you were. We were worried.
Well, we kind of went over some of the stats here for the rushing guys here so far, but Carter Reed is a leading receiver for Hannibal Pirates this year with 404 yards and 6 touchdowns, longest being 48 yards. He's averaging 44.9 yards per game. Then by Darian Washington with 283 yards, 4 touchdowns, and Landon Essig with 184 and 3 touchdowns. So Mexico Bulldogs is lining up here to kick the Hannibal Pirates. The Mexico Bulldogs are going to be going left to right across your radio dial.
Can you see over everybody down there, Mark? I don't know.
Absolutely. Hey, this is one of my favorite nights. The high school kids are dressed in camouflage. They're after my own heart tonight.
Yeah, they knew you were going to be down there, so they dressed appropriately.
Wyeth Dorsey set back the far right, and then we have Mark. Who's that closest to you down there?
I can't even catch his number yet.
That's Landon Essig there.
That's Landon. Yep, number 0.
Darian Washington in the middle of the field. It's booted down here. It looks like, yep. Wyeth Dorsey's picked it up. He's got a little bit of a seam to him here. He's broke 2 tackles. He's going to be down about the 35-yard line before the Hannibal Pirate offense is going to take control here.
Good field position to start.
Yep, excellent field position there by the Pirates. Wyatt Dorsey picked it up on about the second hop and had a nice little gap to run there. He fielded it about the 8-yard line, and nice gain for Wyatt, about 35 yards out here is where we're going to start.
Man, I tell you what, I was walking in with a couple of the Mexico fans, and they were pretty confident.
Are they pumped up?
They said Mexico had a great week last week.
Hannibal Pirates break the huddle here. We got a single back set, twin set receivers both sides of the field here. Handoff here to Landon Essig up the left side here. Gets about 5-yard gain there. And Hannibal's going to be coming up a second 5 here on that. That was a nice quick play off of Noah Brown, the left tackle here.
We'll take that all night long.
All night long, we will definitely take that, Mark. 5 yards at a game, that's perfect. You know, Landon, like we said, Landon's been getting 6.1 yards per carry. We do have flag across the field. We don't know what's going on. It was so far away from everything.
Oh, sideline violation.
Sideline violation. I love it. Do you know what those little calls are? I thought he was like doing a backstroke, Joel. Now he's raising the roof.
I think he called that on me.
Oh, it was the raising the roof.
He said
start
too
the
tall of a guy
clock
on
over.
the sideline.
That's right.
Getting that clock going again.
That's right.
Well, didn't do anything. We're still looking at 2nd and 6, still in Willie Anders drop back. Quick pass out here. Caught. Going to be Hannibal Pirates first down. Caught by Darian Washington. Nice little quick curl pass by Darian.
Mexico comes in with some new uniforms. They don't wear those very often.
Yeah, those are bright white. Hopefully we're going to get them really grass stained and painted up tonight pretty good.
I think so.
Well, it's the same old story, guys. The offensive line take control and dominate this game. Be nice to punch one in real quick.
Breaking out of the huddle here, pistol formation. Trip set to the right. Quick pitch over here to Landon Essig around the right side. Landon's going to get about 7-yard gain on that little quick, maybe 9.
We don't run that a lot.
We don't run that. You know what? You're right, Terry, and I think it's all. We're going to keep that a 7-yard gain. It's going to come down 2nd and 3rd here for the Hannibal Pirates. They just crossed the midfield. They're going to be on Mexico Bulldogs' 46-yard line.
Well, we have a Missouri dignitary in the house tonight, Paul Quinn, Representative Paul Quinn.
I know him well. Trip set to the left. Single setback, shotgun formation. Waylon Anders takes the snap. Quick hitter off here to Landon Essig there. Going to get him about 4 or 5 yards real quick down to the 40-yard line of Mexico.
I'd hate to be trying to tackle him. I'd miss him about 6 times in 5 yards.
About 6 times that first try?
Yeah. I'd be going left. He'd be going right. So.
Well, Landon's holding true to his averages per carry here tonight. Like Landon single set back here. Trips set wide receivers to the left side here. Shotgun formation. Quick pass here to Carter Reed. Carter Reed gets it. He's got a little bit of room here, Joel Booth. Stiff arm, 2 stiff arms, and he's going to be taken out of bounds about the. Well, they're going to mark him out about the 20, which I call bullcrap because that's what Meemaw Thomas would say, bullcrap. But I think he was down about the 17, but they're going to knock him down about the 20-yard line. So
Terry, that was kind of like
20-yard pickup.
A bubble screen.
He stepped out at the 20.
Step down at the 20 yards. And, Mark, you can see over everybody. I think Mark is on the opposite side of the field and can see down there. Trip set to the right, single setback, shotgun formation. Waylon Anders drop back. He's looking, and he's got he's overthrew Carter Reed there, deep center in the end zone.
You know, it was a little bubble screen on that last play. It was a nice little pattern. Darian Washington was over here and got a nice block, too, that sprung him for another 5 yards.
It absolutely was. And you know what, though? It was nice to see Hannibal Pirates being able to complete that screen. That's something that's been giving us headaches all year long.
And we've got the players to get some yardage off of it.
Yep. Waylon Anders comes back out of the huddle from meeting with Coach Geschwinder.
Where's Dr. Debbie?
She is on a trip with Meemaw and sisters down in Herman, Missouri.
Well, good for them.
All right, we're going to have a split backfield here. Nope, sorry, we're going to pistol formation. Quick handoff to Lane. Oh, no, it was a keeper. Waylon, no yardage on that one.
Yeah,
tried to give a little fake to Landon Essig there on kind of a counter trap, and then Waylon pulled it away there, but they just had too much penetration into the backfield and almost got us for a loss, but we actually might have got maybe a yard.
Waylon typically makes positive yardage on those plays. You don't see him lose much on it, but that time Mexico had some penetration.
Right.
They were right in the thick of the mesh, that's for sure.
We're just about 9 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Hannibal Pirates have been making a good drive here. Started on their own 35. They're down here on the 20-yard line right now. Single setback, shotgun formation. And the keeper, again, he's got some room around the left side there. Breaks the tackle, gets down to about the Hannibal or the Mexico 13-yard line mark. Is that what we're looking at?
Yep. I tell you what, you can really see the play develop down here in the field. This is cool.
Well, you really can down there being 6 foot 1,000 inches tall, looking over everybody there, Mark.
Mark said he wanted to go on the field tonight, and Joe and I are sitting here in front of the heater.
I think Mark could just reach his arms out over the top of everybody with that microphone, and we could hear what the play is.
It's a
Big
different,
fourth down coming up here.
it's a different perspective.
Yeah,
with
we got
Mark
4th
on the
down and
field.
3 here
That's
for
right.
the Hannibal Pirates on 13-yard line. We got a single setback, triple sets to the left side here. Quick pitch out here to Landon Essig, and he's
Stepped out.
Right out of bounds.
Not going to get it. He just got his heels kind of tapped out of bounds, kind of like he's crossing the road there, and boy, he just knocked him out of bounds. Hannibal turns it over on plays there on 4 downs. So Mexico's going to take over with the ball on about their own 14-yard line.
13. He actually lost a yard.
Lost a yard on that. So, yeah, they're going to be on the 15-yard line. The chain gang makes some adjustments across the field there.
You know, their linebackers were really active in those last 3 plays and made some nice coverage on that, and they made him step out on that.
Yep. You know, Mexico runs what's called a swinging gate offense. They usually have a single setback, and then they have running backs kind of set off to the side, and they kind of go in motion, giving a lot of defense some headaches. If they're off in here in the motion, straight dive up the middle of the left side. No, it's a pitch. It's a pitch. Looks like he gets about 3 yards on that gain there.
That's a lot of action for not
It's a
one
good
of them.
thing. He would have picked up more on the dive.
Yeah, he would have. He would have been about 7 yards deep on that dive mark, but they took it out of his hands, did a quick pitch out there on the left side. Containment did a pretty good job of turning him back into the linebackers to kind of make that play stop for about a 4-yard drive.
It took too long to develop.
It
It
did.
looked to me like it was just straight up the middle, but they pitched the last second.
Number 5, it is Charlie Fisher, Mark, still. Charlie Fisher's the quarterback, hands off the middle up there to the running back. Looks like he's going to get about a 3 to 4 yard burst on that play there. Hannibal Pirates do stop him short of the first down by about a yard.
Did
Big
Mexico
third down coming here.
Did Mexico have much of a passing game last time? I don't remember. I didn't think so.
No. Hannibal Pirates facing
Definition of pass, Joe.
What was that?
They do not know the definition of pass.
Oh, well, 3 things happen when you pass.
2 of them are
Yeah.
bad, aren't they?
Charlie Fisher's coming up underneath the center here for Mexico. 3rd down and 1. Handoff here to the right side. And he's going to get stopped. He shouldn't have down. I thought, Mark, he was definitely stopped before the first down. The man gave the spot to him.
Forward progress.
They gave him the spot on that. Joel
Yep.
Booth is crying up here. He's throwing stuff in the booth.
Well,
I
it's
think that was actually pretty accurate.
the pepper on the goose here that gives me the
Kind of spices you up a little bit, doesn't it?
boy. It smells awesome.
It's good.
Oh,
It
man.
really is.
Wish I had some room for it.
Charlie Fisher breaks the huddle out. He's coming back underneath center here. Single setback. Hands off here up to the left side here. Good about 4 yard gain right up the middle for Mexico.
What I see for Mexico is absolute effort.
Yep.
I mean, these kids are out here ready to rock. They know that this very well could be their last game.
They know it's the last game. They know this is the last game, and they're gonna leave it out on this football
They're
field.
going to
That's what
play their
Pirates
hearts out.
Pirates got to be ready for this. They've got to be able to come out too and show the same type of
Terry,
machismo.
it is hard to beat a team 2 times in 1 year.
Yeah, and they're coming off a big win. They've got a lot of confidence right now.
That's for sure.
Yeah, swinging gate offense here. Charlie Fisher hands off here, coming around here this right side.
Another first down.
By number 2, Drew DeMint. Drew's a junior, about 5'10", 165 pounds, running back, and he's also an outside linebacker. This brings up 3rd down and about a half a yard for Mexico here.
Spot on that one.
I thought he went over the line, over the 35.
They're on the
Closer than he did up the last first down.
Mexico has the ball on their own 34-yard line, needing about 2 feet to get a first down here.
They're getting a pretty good push off that line right now.
They are. Charlie Fisher's coming up underneath the center here. Single setback. They do have the first down.
Ball
out.
Yeah, Hannibal, running back, got met right at the line by number 7.
Hannibal got it.
Yep.
Hannibal Pirates come in. Not only did they stop him from making the first down, but they've caused a turnover of recovering the ball. Mark, who came up with that ball?
I couldn't tell, Joe. There were so many people piled up.
Dallas Zimmer
It's
and
hard to tell down here.
made the stop and the tackle, but I'm not sure which one of them made the strip.
This is a big turnaround right here. They're going to
That's
put
one
this
big turnaround.
in.
Hannibal takes over the ball here from this fumble recovery here on that 34-yard line.
Take some of that confidence out of Mexico.
That's right.
We can punch this one in for sure.
Waylon Anders breaks the huddle. He's got split back running backs in the backfield behind him.
Nice little push.
There we go.
Quick dive for about 4-yard gain here.
I like that.
Darian Washington carries it down here to the 30-yard line, gets quick fours, comes up 2nd down and 6 for the Pirates.
They're going to have to change the name on that play. It used to be called Mike Up the Middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before that, it was Shamar Up the Middle.
Waylon breaks huddle here, comes back underneath the center. The tailbacks behind him. Carter Reed split out left closest here. Quick dive here to Landon Essig. Landon Essig kind of dancing around after a lot of kind of juking and jiving, doesn't get anything. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage on that.
No, he made a mistake there. He should just ran straight downfield.
100%.
Yep, brings back up. We got back to the original line of scrimmage on that, so it's 3rd down and 6.
Joe, right there is where you need Ferreira.
Yep, that's
Bingo.
exactly right.
Bingo.
He gets 3-4 yards out of that, even if they hit him right there.
He puts his head down and runs north and south, and that's the first down.
Shotgun formation, pistol formation, right next to Waylon Anders is Landon Essig. Trip set to the right, dropping back for pass.
Pressure.
Oh, it's not looking good here.
Steps out of bounds.
Yeah.
Looks like he might have made it back.
Really no gain on that play there. It was kind of busted up. Waylon was kind of running for his life.
They got it open.
Yeah.
Yep.
Still got 4th down. You got to go for it here, and it's a big play.
It'll be huge.
Yep.
Mexico has some fantastic pressure up the middle. Their linebackers
are all over the field.
They got to do that, but our wide receivers, if they're covered, they got to make a play. They got to find an opening out there.
Yep.
It's not just what's on the paper. You run this play, you've got to find a gap.
They're running almost a 3-4. They're
moving,
those
and we got Reed out here on the far side. Single set. Here drops back Waylon Anders. Up over
He's got it, yes! Touchdown, Reed Holiday!
Wow.
Boy, Reed was
That's my guy. That Reed Holiday, I've been missing him for the last couple of weeks. Reed Holiday split out there as a slot back receiver, and he ran a flag route, folks, that's straight down the field and then towards the post, the goal post there, uncovered. Man, Waylon Anders hit him in stride. Absolutely. The whole crowd jumped up in front of us here. Reed Holiday, what a score on that one, buddy.
We had 3 players open on that, but Reed was the furthest downfield and ran a nice route.
Landon Essig for the PAT. It is good. It's not that good, but it's good for a voiceover. That's all that matters, baby. It was a low bullet, but it worked. It scored a point there. So Hannibal Pirates is up 7-0 here. We've got 4 minutes and 18 seconds left to go in the first quarter. It's your Hannibal Pirate football. We're going to send it back to the booth here for about 60 seconds.
To me.
When you work as hard as you do for your money, you may not want to take chances with risky investments. Raymond James financial advisor Steve Virel understands that. He believes in informed investing and will help you find investments that align with your goals. For sound investment advice, Steve can be contacted at 573-221-4500, located in Hannibal. Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Life well planned.
Howdy, Pirate football fans. It's Alex Dalla here with Best Brush LLC, your local one-stop shop for all of your painting and pressure washing needs. Whether it's commercial or residential, from exterior to interior, on jobs big or small, we've got the experience and the equipment to tackle it all. Best Brush LLC can be contacted at 573-248-7704 for a no-obligation quote or found on Facebook, and we promise to always place our best brush forward.
All right, welcome back, everybody. The Hannibal Pirate game. Hannibal Pirate just scored a touchdown there a minute ago with a long pass from Waylon Anders to Reed Holiday for Hannibal Pirates getting on the board first. It's 7-0. Alex, give us the play-by-play on that one, bud.
4 plays, 34 yards, starting on Mexico's side, and 24 seconds taken off the clock. Reed Holiday reaches the end zone and puts the Pirates up in an early contest, 7-0.
Well, Landon Essig just kicked off on that kickoff there to Mexico. Mexico got the ball, kind of ran it down to about the 35-yard line. Then we had a little bit of extracurricular activity after that, and the Hannibal Pirates are going to get a 15-yard flag on that. So it looks like Mexico is going to start the ball on the Hannibal's side of the field about the
52-yard line.
The 52-yard line, Joe Booth.
Yeah, 52 yards.
Like it. Like it, yeah. It's going to be on the Hannibal Pirates 48-yard line.
They're working on somebody special down there on the sideline.
Uh-oh. He's getting unwrapped and rewrapped.
Yeah, something's happening.
That is Nicholas Thomas.
Yep.
So he's not in the game right now.
Look at that ham hock.
What are you talking about? The size 17 foot.
I was talking about the
Mexico
swelling.
pitches out to the right side here, Dement, and he is met by Wyatt Dorsey with like a hello, I'm a sophomore, but I'm going to take you down.
Nice play by Wyatt.
So Wyatt Dorsey stepped up. Wyatt Dorsey also he did get second team all conference in district this year. This is a nice accomplishment for a sophomore. But Mexico run a little wide pitch out there to the right side for about a 3-yard gain. So Mexico's looking at a 2nd and 7 from the Hannibal Pirates, about 44.5-yard line.
Aiden Scott was in there too, I think, Joel. He
Yep.
made a nice play.
We need that penetration from the interior line. So Fisher is going to come up underneath the center here. Single set back. Comes motion.
Held it.
Fisher's going to keep it there. Gets about 2.
Joe, you know when you buy a brand new blow-up bed and after you use it the first time you try and get it back in the box?
Yeah.
I think that's what's happening down there. They're trying to rewrap Nicholas's foot, and I don't think they're going to get it back in the box.
Never going to get that present back in the box.
No way.
Never going to get that present back in the box, I can tell you that.
That Dement kid, he sounds like one of them boys, the Dement boys from Sykeston that you know
well.
well.
Yeah, I know. Fisher comes back underneath the center here. Mexico single set back in their swinging gate offense. Motion back here. Handoff up the middle here to number 8, which is Hunter Kuno, which is a senior, 5'11", 200-pound running back and linebacker.
Man, this quarterback, Fisher, Terry, he needs to go out for drama club. He's selling that handoff.
That's the swinging gate offense, everybody. They got one running back behind the quarterback, and then their other 2 running backs are set just behind their tight ends in a kind of a funky form. And then the quarterback will tell them the motion and kind of an arch pattern behind it. It's very difficult to look at as far as defense goes. And here they go again with this single setback. Swinging gate, hand up off the middle.
Mark, I don't know if you can see much down there. They're just getting too big of a gap down there on their initial blocks.
Yeah, I tell you what, this kind of reminds me of the offense that the Army and Navy teams run.
Yeah,
it's
very much.
kind of like the triple option going on, and it's tough to defend.
Very much.
Well, it's interesting because they're running it better now than they were earlier in the year.
Well, that's for sure.
2 minutes still left on the first quarter game clock here. Fisher back underneath the center. Single setback motion here. Handoff back up the middle. Gets about another 5-yard penetration. But they're going to be stopped to the first down, so it's going to come up 3rd down and 1 here on the Hannibal Pirates, about 28-yard line.
It's just too easy, guys.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm not sure I would just stack 10 men into the box and absolutely dare them to try to throw the ball.
I agree. I'd load it up.
Yeah, they're not gonna, because they don't know that you can do that. They think it's an illegal deal, Mark. Fisher comes up underneath center here. It's single setback.
They got too big a gaps.
Yeah.
They do. Calls for motion.
Oh, you can down here.
But he's only going to get about a yard, which is probably going to be close to the first down. Mark, are they going to measure us? They're going to tell them to go.
Well, they're going to give him the first down on that. But you're right, Terry. The gaps are huge down here. I can see it from the field level. The linebackers are way too far back.
They look even further apart up here, Mark, than I've seen them all year long. It's unreal.
Mexico's got first and 10 on Hannibal's 26-yard line. Fisher back up underneath the center.
Over here.
Yeah.
Motion play. Sweep out to the left side. Number 25 is going here. That's Corbin Dorsey, and he's going to be pushed out about the 5-yard line, I believe, Mark. So they're going to have first and goal from the 5-yard line on that little quick hitter out there on that jet sweep.
It's incredible, like you guys said, how spread out our defense is.
We had a 4-foot, 5-foot gap in between the defensive end and the interior tackle, and
why?
I don't know.
This is weird.
I'm like Mark. I'd load it up. I'd put everybody in there.
Yeah.
We're standing back in the end zone again.
Yep. Mexico comes up underneath center, motion back, dive up the middle, and he's going.
He had it before they even.
That's way too easy.
Ran right through that gap.
Yeah.
Down on the 1.
Right through that gap.
Almost signaled the touchdown.
Yeah, he really didn't know what to do with his hands like Ricky Bobby after he wins a championship.
I don't know, dude, my hands.
Guys, they actually spotted the ball across the goal line, and the back judge had to move it up about a foot.
Good Lord.
You see it all down here at the field level.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Second goal, Mexico. I can guarantee it's probably going to be a tush push here, Joel.
I love
Push
that.
up underneath center, and yep. It goes
Jason
to tush
Kelsey,
push.
here we go.
Balls in.
Mexico scores there, bringing the score right now. Hannibal 7, Mexico 6 currently before the PAD.
I'll tell you what, guys, this is a confident team, and it's going to come down to turnovers and mistakes, and we've got to start playing tougher.
I think you're right, Terry. We've got too many people out, and this is a confident squad, and those are the ones you get scared of.
Well, that's the first points that the Hannibal Pirates have yielded to the Bulldogs this year.
That is true.
That is. Mexico is set up for the extra point. Charlie Fisher, the quarterback, is going to attempt it. Low snap, fumble the ball.
Uh-oh. Get him. Get him. He's open.
He's open.
That's
good.
2 points. Good. No excuse for that.
He
was 17 yards back when he threw it.
That was absolute. That was ridiculous. He scrambled for 45 seconds.
8-7 with 11 seconds to go in the first quarter here.
We forget sometimes that this is one of the most historic rivalries in the state of Missouri. Mexico and Hannibal is like Notre Dame, Michigan. And, we really haven't had much of a rivalry lately because Mexico hadn't been worth much. But, I can remember when I was in high school, they were pretty decent. Boy, we hated them. You're right, Terry. They fumbled the ball, but other than that, we have not stopped them.
Alex Myers, while we have a little bit of time here, why don't you go ahead and tell us about that Mexico drive?
Pretty methodical, 9 plays, 48 yards throwing on Hannibal's side, 4 minutes taken off the clock. Charlie Fisher, the quarterback for Mexico, puts the Mexico Bulldogs up by 1 point, 8-7 at the 2-point conversion was converted.
All right, yeah, Terry, you're right. I mean, we've got to stop that. We've got to get the penetration up the middle there. We have not had that yet. I haven't seen Aiden Scott in the backfield, Dallas Zimmer in the backfield. I've not seen James back there. We'll make an adjustment. We know that. We know we're going to make adjustments, right, Joel?
That's for sure. I mean, hopefully we do it before halftime because this is only the first quarter.
Charlie Fisher with his finger up in the air to ready to kick the ball over to Hannibal Pirates. And a little flub kick here. The Pirates better pick it up.
There you go.
Who is that hog running the ball?
Up, number 30. Is that Dylan Bach? Dylan Bach. Yeah. Number 32, Dylan Bach fielded that ball about the 32-yard line and took off.
Great field position. We're at the 42.
Yep, he got about 10 yards on that there. Kind of gave a couple guys a stiff arm with Dylan. I'm surprised he knows that he can do that since he's a defensive guy.
Uh-huh.
He does everything else. He might as well run the ball, too.
He runs pretty strong.
Yeah.
Yep, Waylon Anders breaks the huddle. Coming out here, Carter Reese split out left. Twin receivers, Cash Grieving and Reed Holiday. And now Darian Washington trips out to the right, single setback. Landon Essig with the ball handed off the middle, and he's going to get about 2 yards there.
That's the wrong guy to be sending up the middle. Any of them will do fine, but
I think
got to bump it out.
If we go into that formation where we got the 2 running backs in the backfield there, Joel, to do the crossback one, maybe.
Yeah.
A single setback is going to be a little bit different here.
Yeah. Got a quarter behind us, guys.
So for Hannibal Pirates, down right now, 7-8 into the first quarter. We're going to send it back to the radio here. This is Joe Thomas for KHBL 96.9, your Hannibal Pirate station.
Living in Northeast Missouri is a blessing. So is having access to exceptional health care. For more than 65 years, Blessing Health Hannibal has made access to high-quality primary care a priority. Need specialty care? We offer more than 20 specialties, including cancer and heart care, surgery, sleep medicine, and weight management. Your neighbors sharing your values. We are Blessing Health Hannibal, proud to be part of what makes life in Northeast Missouri a blessing.
Welcome back to Porter Stadium. Hannibal Pirates take the ball here. 2nd down and 8 here. Waylon Anders got twin receivers to the left side, the far side of the field. They are going left to right across your radio dial now.
Oh, my goodness.
Boy, it looks like we're going to try to do an option, and Waylon Anders tried to keep the ball there, and he loses probably a yard on that play.
This is pitiful tonight. These guys have absolutely no drive about them whatsoever.
It was a little bit different setup there for us. We had twin set right. Darian Washington came back in motion back there, kind of got back in the backfield there to kind of be a lead block, and then and then do a little option play to land an Essig on the outside there, but it just never developed.
Watch number 15, Grant Van Horn at linebacker. He's extremely active. He's been on the last 3 tackles.
Pirates break the huddle. We got pistol formation, twin set right here, wide receivers closest to us.
He's going to get him.
Blitz. We got a.
There he is again.
Hannibal Pirates ran a little screen to the left side there, and we actually lost about 4 yards on that play.
He's all over the field, I'm telling you.
Hannibal Pirates got to send out the punt squad here on this 4th down and 14. 4th down and 13 is what we're going to give it a call here. Pirates, we got to get this offense kind of going here because right now it's stagnant.
This defense is going to be.
Whalen was running for his life there.
Absolutely. They sent a linebacker blitzing up the middle there, and he came untouched about 6 yards deep and finally met a running back, but it didn't do so much for him.
They had 2 linebackers, 15's playing steady, and the other got blitzed, and they put a lot of pressure on him.
Geno King back to punt. Good
Oh,
punt.
it's a beauty.
A little end over end. Mexico fields it. We got 5 guys here on Hannibal. James Wetton with the tackle here gets about a 4-yard gain after he catches that punt in there. Pirate defense, you better come to play here.
Yep.
Mexico just got done scoring this last drive. We better have some sort of penetration going on, doing some stuff, blitzing those linebackers. How about that, Terry?
Yeah, absolutely. We need to do something. We need to fill the gaps. I'm like Mark. I tell you what, you need to get 8, 9 guys up there and close those gaps.
I mean, just show up.
Look, they're still. Look at the split.
Same thing.
How far back goes. Single set back motion. Quick pitch out to the right side for Dement here. Going to get right now it's about a 6-yard gain on that before going out of bounds over on the Mexico sideline.
They're guaranteed 2 to 3 yards every time, by hitting the hole.
Especially if they do that every time.
Yeah.
We might see Coach Hoskins' head blow up here in a minute.
Oh, man, I tell you what. The back of his head's turning red. Oh, never mind. He just has his hoodie on.
Not sure what this is.
Well, we got a referee.
Something with the clock, I think.
Yeah, probably is.
I think they need.
Yeah, I think there's a clock problem.
I think the young man he ran out of bounds. He wasn't down before out of bounds, so I think we're going to reset the clock to probably something like 10:25 or something like that.
The referee has a problem with his clock. The Stripes crew tonight seems like a pretty good old bunch. I thought they were taking a time out to take a breath. They look like they're
breathing treatment like you.
Maybe on the hefty side. More Stripes.
Yeah, they set the clock back to 10:30 right now. See if they run it down. But no, 10:30 is what they set it to in the second quarter. Mexico comes back underneath the center here. Swinging gate formation. Handoff up the middle.
First down.
He's got room. He's got
no
a lot
problem.
more than that.
Way too easy.
Way too easy. Breaks off a drive, about 23-yard gain there for Mexico.
Anybody out there?
Into Hannibal Pirate territory, down about the 37-yard line on the Hannibal Pirate side.
Tell you what, you got to be up every game this time of the year.
Where is Aiden Scott? Where is James Wetton? Where are our people? Where are they?
They're getting 4 yards before they're even hit the gaps. I'm telling you. I hate to be repetitive, but
Mexico back up underneath the center. I've never been in a shotgun. Up underneath the center, motion here, handoff up the middle. Nope, keeper by the quarterback Fisher. Gets about 6 yards around the right side.
Absolutely no penetration.
I'm telling you guys, no interest at all in throwing the football. I'd stick all 11 guys within the yard of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so, too.
They're not going to throw it. And they're running it well on us. I wouldn't throw it either.
Mexico getting ready to break out of the hole. I guess 2nd down and 5 here on the Hannibal Pirate 32-yard line. Driving down the field pretty easily. Hannibal Pirate set in here. Have no penetration at all. Around the right side, here goes Dement. Around the right side, he's got room. He gets about an 18-yard gain on that play, down to about the Hannibal Pirate 19-yard line and gets driven out of bounds.
I do not understand. Are we playing a different team?
We're playing a different team here, Joel. We've got 0 penetration from the defensive side. You've got to turn those guys in. Get back in the backfield. Turn that little run back in.
It looks like we're playing the varsity version of the JV that we played last time.
If we were playing John Madden or with the old Tecmo Bowl, Joel.
Oh, my goodness.
Handoff up the middle. Going to get still about 2 yards. Going to come down about 2nd down and 7.
We've not contained the outside at all. They ran the left side of the field earlier and got around us, and then they just did the same on the right-hand side.
Mexico's got 2nd down and 7 on Hannibal Pirates' 15-yard line. Hannibal Pirates has got to they've got to get a little mean here.
That's the first time I've seen James Wetton get inside the mesh and make a tackle tonight.
Mexico comes up underneath the center here, single back, little motion, hands off back up the middle. Nope, keeper by Fisher, gets around the left end, but James Wetton closes in on that there with Patrick Arthod.
Okay. Yeah, James made a nice play.
Yeah,
there.
they get about a yard on that play. It's going to bring up third and 5.
Definitely 4-down territory, though, guys.
They're definitely in 4-down territory, Mark. We need more plays like that, more penetration like that.
Absolutely.
If it's a quick pitch, you got to contain it, guys.
We still don't have
gate formation. Fisher back underneath the center. Quick pitch around the right side to Desmet.
Got him.
And they stopped him for about a yard loss out of bounds.
Oh, they called another
that was late.
That was bad coming.
That was late.
That was dumb.
He just kind of twisted him.
Yep.
He was out of bounds.
Yep.
Everything they needed to do until then.
Yep.
Going to be personal foul, Hannibal Pirates. That's going to bring them.
Wasn't a bad call.
No.
First and goal on 5-yard line, I believe.
He didn't do anything really bad, but he still was twisting him out of bounds.
Right. All right,
timeout.
We're going to take a timeout here.
Okay.
We're going to take a timeout also. I think Gershwinder's going to yell at these guys, and we're going to have our sponsors give you a couple little updates for us. This is Joe Thomas with KHBL 96.9. We'll see you here in 30 seconds.
The law firm of Curl, Hark & Holiday is proud to sponsor Hannibal High Football. They're a general trial practice law firm meeting your needs and exceeding your expectations in matters including family law, bankruptcy, and serious personal injuries. Choosing the right attorney is important. Curl, Hark & Holiday will provide experience, integrity, loyalty, and dedication. The law firm of Curl, Hark & Holiday, located at 999 Broadway, downtown Hannibal.
All right, welcome back to Porter Stadium. Mexico Bulldogs have the ball first and goal from the Hannibal Pirate 5-yard line. Fisher kind of looking around like he's going to change a play. Comes it back up underneath the center. Motion, quick speech to the left side here. Stringing out, and he is going to score easily.
Pitiful.
Number 25.
Absolutely pitiful outside.
It's not the same Mexico team we played a month ago.
No.
Well, this isn't the same Hannibal team that played on this field last week.
What I was just going to say, it's not the same defense that we've been playing either.
Hannibal Pirates down right now, 14-0. PAT is coming up yet here for the Bulldogs. Let's see if they can get it down here and actually Fisher kick one without them trying to scramble around and throw a 2-point conversion.
Oof. Pitiful.
Mexico set to go. Snap is down. Fisher's kicking. And
right down the middle.
So that puts the score right now. Mexico Bulldogs up 15. Hannibal Pirates 7. We have 8 minutes and 4 seconds left to go in the second quarter. We're just going to keep it here right now. We're going to watch the coaches completely lose their mind on the players right now. But Alex, kind of give us a little bit of update about that Mexico drive.
Alex is still ciphering. He's working on his gazentas.
Alex is as red as my sweatshirt back there. He's so angry right now.
Alex, are you warm? He does look a little red in the face, doesn't he? All right, Meyer.
A little update against Warrenton.
Has Alex got his shoes off so he can count the number of plays?
Warrenton right now is up on Osage 14-0 in the Class 4 District 5 down there at Warrenton.
And for our update, an 8-play drive, 67 yards, 2 minutes and 28 seconds taken off. Corbin Dorsey for Mexico puts them up 15-7.
Thank you, Alex Myers. Mexico is getting ready to kick off the Hannibal Pirates. Wyatt Dorsey closest to Mark Dow on this left side. Darian Washington in the center back deep, and then Landon Essig on the far side deep. Let's see what Mexico's Mr. Fisher is going to do with this kick here. He's probably going to keep it away from him with a little pooch kick again. But it's going to go out here to Landon Essig.
Good
and
run.
Essex got a nice little groove, brings it all the way out to the Hannibal Pirate 41-yard line, 42-yard line. It's a great field. We did this earlier, Mark. We started at the 40-yard line again, or at the 45. We've got to get our offense going.
I'm not sure I wouldn't start throwing the football. Oh, there's a flag just flew in.
Two of them just flew in. I don't know what's going on.
Mexico was laying on top of Essex.
Tell you what, he better keep his cool.
They're trying to get under his skin.
Oh, absolutely. He's got
know.
into two different games.
I have
Unsportsmanlike condo on Mexico.
against Mexico.
Both ways.
Yeah.
Offsetting.
Offsetting penalties.
Okay, that does nothing.
That's kind of like kissing your sister, isn't it?
That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
At least you got to kiss,
Hannibal Pirate's going to take over the ball here on Hannibal's own 47 yard
Mark, that's like being the prettiest girl in Arkansas.
what I have to deal with in the booth up here at times.
Joe is so morally above the degenerates that he's working with.
The degenerates I work with. We've got just underneath 8 minutes here in the second quarter going here, Hannibal Pirate fans. Waylon Anders breaks the huddle here quickly, comes underneath the center. Dashing off to the left side, Darian Washington for about a quick 4-yard gain there. That was nice to see Darian Washington. Kind of had the split backfield there with Darian Washington and Landon Essig. We really need to kind of see that kind of set up, Mark. There was times when we put Aeneas Williams as a solo guy in the backfield. That didn't work out for the Pirates so well. It worked out better when we put him in motion a lot and going to get the defense moving there. Twin receivers out to the left side. Waylon Anders back up underneath the center. We got Reed Holiday in motion here. Handoff up the middle here to Landon Essig.
Not much
he made something out of nothing there.
He made something out of nothing. With that chicken salad out of chicken fruit. How about that? That was the PG-rated version there.
Yep.
So Hannibal Pirates looking at 3rd down and 4 coming up here.
Back to your point, Mark, they've been real successful throwing the ball tonight, and they're not doing it now when they need to.
I tell you what, I'd throw it on 1st down for sure.
I would too.
Why throw it when they know you're going to?
The two Reeds, Reed Holiday and Carter Reed. Reed Holiday split out here close to the side of the sideline here. 2 running backs in the backfield. Darian Washington coming out in motion now. Quick pitch out here to Landon Essig. God, he's got a little groove here. He's got a little groove. It's going to be a
flag. Finally.
Landon Essig was struck when he was well out of bounds going backwards, and they threw him almost into the bench down there.
Yeah.
Guys, and they got a late hit flag, so we're going to have
do not
15
lose
added
your
on.
cool.
Yep.
Because other teams watch film and they try to poke the bear.
You're right.
That's
You're right.
100% what that was.
Absolutely.
He called that personal foul. The head judge called that personal foul with authority because he knew that was over the top, Joel Booth.
Yes, sir. It was very demonstrative and dramatic.
Absolutely.
Joe's pulling these adjectives.
Oh, man. Reading the thesaurus today.
What's an adjective?
Hannibal Pirates takes over 1st and 10 here on the 18-yard line of Mexico. Motion goes Holiday. Right back, quick pitch. There you go. Darian Washington gets all the way down to the Mexico 5-yard line. They're going to call him just inside the 5-yard line. We're going to have Hannibal Pirate 1st and goal. That's for you, Mark Dow. It's open.
I've heard that song.
I'm proud on you, Joe.
That's right, baby.
That sounded like a big old choo-choo train.
It's like choo-choo train. Waylon Anders back underneath the center here. Twins backfield. Handoff here to Darian Washington.
In the end zone.
Yep. Got it, boy.
That was pretty.
Touchdown, Hannibal Pirates. Mark, was that Darian Washington? Was that
was Waylon Tippett.
Oh, Waylon, quarterback keeper. Waylon is a little keeper on that play there. That brings the Hannibal Pirates score 13-15 with 6 minutes 25 seconds left to go in the second quarter.
You'd have been proud of the hole they opened up for him.
Yep, definitely so.
That's right.
So Hannibal, I bet, are going to be going for the 2-point conversion here to get this ball game tied back up 15-all. Waylon Anders trots back on the field, meets with the other 10 guys.
What do you think?
Said, let's quit messing around.
2 or 1?
Got to get 2.
We got to get 2 here, JD.
Got 2.
Waylon Anders underneath the center. Victor in Washington. Quick pitch out the lane. And
He
got it.
Yep.
2-point conversion. Hannibal Pirates up 15. Mexico Bulldogs 15. 6 minutes, 25 seconds left to play in the game here. That's the way the Hannibal Pirates. That's what we're used to seeing there, folks. That quick-hitting offense. We've been asleep all night, Joel Booth.
It's about time. I know we had internet issues all week, but I think the email finally got sent. A memo that said we got Mexico on Friday night.
Mark Dow, how pretty was that in front of you down there? Both the touchdown drive and that 2-point conversion to tie up the ballgame.
I tell you what, that was awesome. The Pirates played that series of downs with a sense of authority there. They asserted themselves, and it showed down here on the field.
Absolutely right. We've got Coach Gaines out there getting ready to send out the kickoff team here. Landon Essick is going to boot this and lay to it. You know, I'm not so sure that I would not be surprised if we do see an onside kick because we know Mexico is going to get the ball.
I'd be okay with that.
After half, but we do have 6 minutes, 25 seconds left to go. I'm going to give a quick shout out here to my buddy Tim Stewart. Tim, I think you're back home watching it, listening to the ball game from the fire pit outside. That sounds very comforting.
Timmy.
We had a beautiful Olivia Stewart up here. She was in front of me a minute ago, and I couldn't see her because she was all camouflaged up. She was invisible. She looked like a tree. But, Tim, hope everything's going well. Hope you're doing good recovery. Thanks for listening in. Landon Essick,
Nice kick in the end zone.
this one's going to go across over there into the parking lot of McDonald's and get a double quarter pounder, Joel Booth.
Did Tim have his second vasectomy today?
No. So it looks like Mexico Bulldogs going to take it out on their own 20.
You want to hear about the
back there? Yeah, I mean, while Mexico's getting set up, we're going to give it back here to Alex Myers for that Hannibal Pirate score.
They were quick to respond to 5-play drive, 58 yards, a minute and 30 seconds taken off the clock. And Tyler Waylon Anders with the quarterback keeper and the 2-point conversion ties this game 15-15 all.
Man, Alex, that's going to get us an R. How about that, Joel Booth?
That sounds good to me, brother.
Mexico Bulldogs line up here on their own 20-yard line with their swinging gate offense. Quarterback's up underneath the center. Handoff up the middle. Pirates actually kind of swarmed a little bit there.
All right.
And they're going to get
guys into the box.
They're going to get 5 yards on that play there, just because that running back's 5'11", 200 pounds.
Looks like we got some wind in our sails,
They
Gary.
did get a little bit of wind.
They still got 5 yards, so.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I saw Hunter Kuno.
I'd like to see us make that adjustment now instead of waiting till halftime.
Right, I'd like for that to happen. Clock's just underneath 6 minutes here in the second quarter here. Hannibal Pirates lined up here. It's 2nd down and 5. Mexico hands back off to Kuno back up the middle. Is going to get about 4, so he's going to be 3rd down and 1.
I don't understand why one of the linebackers don't get right in the center because they've got about a 5-yard gap right in the center of the defensive line, and that's where they're going through a lot.
I mean,
Guys, I tell you, I'm standing right behind Jeff Geschwinder. He's just shaking his head.
Tell him to get them pinched into each other.
We need to shoot number 11.
He's the one that can
shoot
do
box,
something
shoot
about
11 up in that guard tackle gap. Because that's where it's coming.
Now they're a little tighter there now.
Yeah, they are. Go back, handing back. Oh, and he's broke the tackle.
That's ridiculous.
Boy, they looked like he had a first down, and it looked like they're going to get him about 4 yards. But then he got through there, and Kuno took off, got wheels to him.
There's absolutely no excuse for that loss of contain.
No. Gains about 35 yards on that. Gets down to the Hannibal Pirate 33-yard line.
This is not a complex offense.
You know, that's the danger, though. If you stuff guys into the box, you have to stop them. There's nobody behind you to stop them.
Yep. You don't have that second level behind you to stop them. You better get it done right there. And we've only got a 3-man front rushing here. Oh, my goodness sakes, Mark Dowd. We got a pass going. Turn. Oh, thank goodness.
Great coverage.
Oh, that was such great coverage by, of course, that's Chance Whiteside. That's the first time Mexico's passed since Santa Claus became real. and Chance Whiteside deflected that pass perfectly.
Oh, man, I was scared he wasn't going to turn around, but by golly, he did it the perfect time.
He's come of age this year, I'll tell you what.
Deion Sanders couldn't have done it any better.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 10 for Mexico on that Hannibal Pirate 33-yard line. Fisher back up underneath the center here. Going to be handing back off to Kuno up the middle again, and he's going to get 9 yards on that play. Mark, grab one of the Hannibal Pirate coaches' headsets and tell him we're going to run plays to stop him up the middle.
I think I could get 5 yards up the middle. I really
cover
do.
one.
There's
we got
nobody
space. I mean, there's no sense in even defending the secondary.
Nobody's standing there.
No.
They're not going to stop running it because we haven't stopped them from running it. Mexico Bulldogs line up here. It's 3rd down and 1. Quick pitch out around the left side here. He's got room. He's got a lot of room. Dylan Bach, no, that's actually Elias Dorsey chases him down, but it's going to be good enough for Mexico Bulldog 1st down at about the Hannibal Pirate 14-yard line.
Their wide receivers are pinching in, and they're doing an outstanding job of sealing that corner.
They are absolutely
and our D-line is getting driven like a bunch of sled dogs out there.
It's going to be 1st down and 10 for Mexico Bulldogs from the 14-yard line of Hannibal. We need to get Dallas Zimmer. He's kind of playing nose guard there. He's got to get in there, shake him up a little bit. Hand off to Kuno. No, Fisher takes it around the right side. Pitches out to this man.
There you go. Oh, and he missed the tackle.
Washington kind of missed the tackle on him there, and he got past him for about another 4 yards.
He would have got 1 yard, and he ended up getting about 6 or 7.
Yep, so it's going to bring up Mexico Bulldogs, 2nd down and about 4.
They have got to have a stop here. This is not an intricate offense.
Fisher is taking a hit. Fisher's actually going to be substituted out. Fisher actually he is barely walking right now. That's the quarterback there from Mexico.
Yeah, he got his.
So they're going to bring in, looks like Caden Benny, who's a junior, 6'3", 160-pound quarterback, number 23.
Just a little guy.
Guys, this reminds me a lot of old Nebraska offense, and student body.
Yeah, that's what's happening here, Mark. And sometimes they go student body right up your nose.
That's right.
You would have thought we'd have had game film from that last week's game and watched this. And it's just like we playing defense.
Benny is up underneath the center here. 2nd down and 4. Quick pitch out to the left side here. Trying to string it out. He cuts it back. Hannibal gets him shy of the touchdown, but it will be 1st down and goal from about the 1 yard line of Hannibal.
You don't want to be out there, and you don't want to stop him, and you don't want to get your nose bent out of shape. It doesn't matter how much game film you watch.
Win or go home, guys.
That's true. I mean, we're tied up 15-15 with a team that we literally mopped the floor with
40-0.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
I don't care how much better they are.
Benny comes up the line of scrimmage here. 1st and goal from the 1 yard line. Benny's a quick hitter here off to the right tackle. There, Mexico Bulldogs score. That was Drew DeMint.
Oh my gosh.
That puts Mexico back up on top, 21-15, with 2 minutes and 58 seconds left to go in the 2nd quarter. PAT is yet to come.
Okay. Nothing. Quiet. You can hear a pin drop.
Number 40 was Jacob Palmer, who's a freshman. Tries this one, and he misses that one. No good on the PAT. So Mexico is up 21-15. 2:58 left to go. Alex, you ready for the scoring drive for Mexico?
Alex, you there?
Alex is still putting some numbers back here.
He's working on his Gazentas here.
He's working on a couple things here, but, Terry, that's disheartening after we just kind of got a big thrill up with Hannibal driving down there, scoring real quick with that quick offense, and then punching in a 2-point conversion, tying up the ball game. The crowd started going crazy, and then we just let the wind just go out of the sails.
Yeah. There's nothing out there. Everybody's flat. Coaches are all over there scratching their heads.
Alex, give us the updates here with the Mexico drive.
Methodical one again, 9 plays, 80 yards, 3 minutes and 27 seconds taken on the clock. Hunter Kuno for Mexico puts them back on top, 21-15 after the missed PAT.
Fisher is out of the game right now. I haven't seen him, the original quarterback. He was out there. He went off the sideline there. So we got kicking right now. Jacob Palmer's a 9th grader, 5'8", 150 pounds, it says. I think they lied. Doink. But a little doinker here coming up to Darian Washington. He's going to field it on the 2nd hop. He's going to try to make something here. He's one tackle. He's got a little bit of room. Go. Oh, steps out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Darian Washington.
So you got to send it back to the studio as soon as the kickout, that point after touchdown is kicked.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Darian Washington made one heck of a play there on his own, stiff arming and cutting back left and right.
All right, well, here we go.
So Hannibal Pirates take over here. We've got the ball on the 41-yard line of Hannibal with 2 minutes and 47 seconds left to go here. Waylon Anders up underneath the center here, split backfield, crossbuck up the middle here. Looks like Landon Essig gets about a quick 3 here on that crossbuck. You know, Joe, we talked about that crossbucker earlier, and now that's what we've done this last 2 drives.
Honestly, it's the wrong personnel, Joe. I mean, you can't call a play like you got Ferreira, right, when you got somebody that's quick around the outside.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's just not going to work.
It's a big drive, guys, because they get the ball to come out of the second half.
Yeah. Waylon Anders comes back up underneath the center here. Twins receivers to the right. Here goes Carter Reed across the backfield here is motion.
Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing.
That number 15 here played a whale of a game.
Yeah, absolutely pitiful. There was no blocking.
Looking for that RPO there on that one, the run pass option, and we handed it off there, Darian Washington off that left tackle, and he was met. And did they give him a yard?
I don't know if he deserves it.
I don't think so either, but I think they did. I think it was 2nd 8. We're looking at a 3rd and 7 right now for the Pirates here at the 45-yard line.
I think they did give him some.
They should have gone with the R because the PO ain't working.
Yeah. Yep. Darian Washington in motion.
Yep.
Comes the blitz here. Carter Reed's wide open, Carter Reed.
And Waylon Anders keeps pressure. Yeah,
Waylon Anders kept that one back there. Carter Reed was open by 20 yards behind the secondary, completely wide open.
The program might say, let's see, what is he? Waylon Anders 5'9". Yeah, I don't think so. We tend to forget that Waylon Anders cannot see over the defensive line when they're standing up straight.
No, Hannibal Pirates, or actually Mexico Bulldogs, take a timeout. We're going to send it back to the studio for a quick 30-second timeout also here, guys. So this is Joe Thomas for KHBL 96.9, your Hannibal Pirate football station.
Crescent Jewelry has always been the Hannibal Pirates' #1 fan. They know and appreciate the efforts and determination these young men must have to enjoy a successful season. Crescent Jewelry has used the same principles to run their business. Your local hometown jeweler for all your jewelry needs is Crescent Jewelers. They offer quality jewelry. Like the Pirates, they try hard to go that extra yard. Crescent Jewelry, 207 Broadway in downtown Hannibal since 1842.
Now,
welcome back to KHBL Radio on 96.9. This is Joe Thomas. Just kidding.
That was too sweet sounding the voice, Joe Booth. Hannibal Pirates coming up 4th down and 4 here at their own 47-yard line. Either we're going to try to call, we're going to try to do it. We're getting in a pistol formation right now. We're going to try to draw them off sides. Nope. Waylon Anders hands it off here. He's got room. Gets it to 20, 15, jukes the man. Going down 5, 10.
That's a touchdown. Now, what is
Hannibal Pirates, Landon Essig, 43 yards, runs right up the middle.
Outstanding play call.
Nice dial up there.
Outstanding play call. Well, Jesse Chapman, our Marion County Sheriff's deputy, just took a little jog across the field. I guess there's some people hanging out over there behind the visitors section.
Hannibal Pirates.
Looks like some of the visitors were having a little fist fight over there.
Yeah, they got the Popo over there.
Got the Blue Boys too. I think
Hannibal
we're going to
Pirates
see some
tied up
fights
this
here.
ball game 21-0. Your point attempts coming up here by Landon Essig.
Coming up here.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
Didn't have the right personnel in.
Dadgummit.
No. Good snap. Ball's down. Kick is good. Hannibal Pirates take the lead now 22-21 with 1 minute 15 seconds here left on the second quarter. This is the Hannibal Pirate bat football. We're going to turn it back to the studio here for about 30 seconds.
The employees and directors of F&M Bank and Trust Company wish to thank you for rooting on the Hannibal Pirates on KHBL Radio. We hope you enjoy yourself as you cheer the Pirates on to victory. Since 1870, F&M Bank has been cheering on Hannibal. Look closely at each milestone in our community's history and you'll find F&M's steady and guiding hand right in the middle of it all. Join us as a customer, and together we can be a part of Hannibal's future. F&M Bank and Trust Company, Hannibal's biggest fan. Go Pirates!
All right, welcome back, Hannibal Pirates fans. Hannibal Pirates just scored on a Landon Essick 43-yard touchdown to bring the Hannibal Pirates up 22-21 with a minute 15 seconds. But Alex Myers is going to talk to you about that drive.
Well, the Hannibal Pirates just needed 4 yards for a first down, but Landon Essick found 6 points instead. I'll take that any day. 4 plays, 54 yards, a minute, 32 seconds. Landon Essick puts the Hannibal Pirates up 22-21 as we converted the PAT.
You know what, Joe Booth? How about, Terry, let's do an onside kick now.
I'm surprised they haven't done one yet, to be honest with you.
And we still didn't do it. That's a deep one. That's going to go well into the end zone for a touchback.
All I got to say is, dude, Alex Meyer, your tones are golden tonight, dude.
Beautiful.
My goodness, you're coming up with some funny. He was looking for a 4-yard first down, but instead he found 6 points. I love it.
Singing the song.
Oh, my gosh, dude.
Alex Myers giving us some comic relief out there.
That's what I'm talking about.
This is the upper downer booth right now. This is so crazy. This offense, great drive, scoring, defense. What the heck?
We're manic depressive up there
We
tonight. I'll tell you what.
totally are.
Hill and Valley.
I don't know if Maxwell Pharmacy is open right now. We need to find out. Mexico lined up here, up the middle here for Kuno. And he's going. My gosh, we had him hemmed in, but he's going to get for about 6 yards here.
Mark, we're not stopping this at all, Mark.
Nope.
I'll tell you what.
No, he's got a huge hole.
Yeah.
Clock's ticking here. Just 1 minute left still in the second quarter. Mexico comes up on the line here. 2nd down and 4. Benny back underneath the center. Back off the Kuno up the middle there again. He's going to get the first down about the 31-yard line of Mexico. They're going to move the chains, which should stop the clock here with 50 seconds.
Keep that baby running.
Back underneath the center real quick. Hurry up offense. Quick pitch around the left side here.
There you go. Oh, man.
He does get hemmed in, but he does get a couple yards extra, and we've got, well, it looks like there's a couple.
Oh, it's going to force him to take a timeout at least.
Yep.
Yeah.
We should have had him.
Oh, they're going to let it go.
The clock is still ticking.
All right.
Inside
29.
Mexico comes up. Benny underneath the center. Mexico has one wide out to the right side. Quick pitch around the right side. Just gets it. Dropping for a loss.
Yeah.
Is that right? Do you see that? Do we get a loss?
Give it, man.
Where's he been all night? I think they woke up because they didn't want to get yelled at halftime.
Was he down at Sippy's eating pizza and we left him and he just got here?
I think so.
Could be.
I think there's still going to be a little yelling at halftime, though.
I think you're probably
Well,
right.
that's what I tried to get a word in with head coach Jessica Schwinder before he heads into the locker room.
Pirate fans, that actually expired the clock here. Hannibal Pirates take the lead 22-21 over Mexico. We're going into halftime right now. So, Mark, see if you can get a hold of G.
He's the little guy with the snow cap on. There he is.
Oh, he's got to get a quick word. Quick half. Can't believe it.
I think Coach G was a little bit of dismay right now. He's probably a little bit heated up underneath the collar just because of the defense. You know, we finally had a good defensive stand. We had a good defensive stand there, Hannibal Pirate Boyle.
Yeah.
And that was nice to see that we did stop and we got them for a loss there. But all in all, it was, offense was, it was really, really hard to get things started, right, Joel, right off the bat.
Oh, man, it looks like they were just walking in mud tonight. I mean, everything was slow motion. The line isn't blocking. The defense isn't getting into the mesh. It looks like the band didn't even know how to march out onto the field tonight. Nothing's going right there.
There was that were hit on the other side of the fence.
Huh?
What, Mark?
What'd you say, Mark?
Something up this side of the
fence. There's something kind of going on with a bunch of police on the opposite side of the police over here. We don't really know what's going on. Maybe we'll try to figure this out here. But we're going to send it back to the studio here for a few minutes here while the band takes the field. But Hannibal Pirates up 22-21 over the Mexico Bulldogs here from Porter Stadium. I'm Joe Thomas and Joel Booth. Mark Dow on the sideline. Mark will be back in the booth here this second half of the ball game. Neither Joel or myself will be down on the sideline. Mark's actually arguing with us right now. But then Terry Sampson up here in the booth along with Alex Myers. So we'll see you back here in a couple minutes. This is Joe Thomas, KHBL 96.9, your Hannibal Pirate station. Arr.
This is Marcus Allen, the owner of Frozen Sippies at 108 North Main Street in historic downtown Hannibal. Open Tuesday through Sunday, Frozen Sippies offers a family-friendly atmosphere with frozen slushies for all ages. We're proud to carry Papa Murphy's Pizza for dine-in or carry-out. We have pool tables, dartboards, plenty of space to host private events, including bridal showers, birthday parties, and more. Phone number is 573-603-1113. Frozen Sippies, bringing a taste of paradise to your hometown.
Thinking about retiring? Let us help you prepare for your tomorrow. At Benson Financial Group, we help you establish goals aligned with your values. Our professionals will build you a plan so there will be a smart place to get your money when you need it. When tomorrow becomes real, make sure you enjoy it. Our advisors would be honored to guide you as you plan your future. Benson Financial Group, built on trust, dedicated to service.
For those nearing the age of 65, Medicare is an important consideration. At Alexic Family Insurance, we specialize in Medicare and health insurance. Hi, I'm Michael Alexic, your local insurance broker now licensed in Missouri and Illinois. Whether it's Medicare, health, life, or supplemental insurance, we can provide dedicated services to you and your loved ones. Our phone number is 573-570-4476, or we can be reached at alexicfamilyinsurance.com. Alexic Family Insurance, protecting your future one plan at a time.
At Hannibal Realty, our commission is negotiable. Our service is not. Buying a home is a big decision. With that in mind, we want our clients to find the best home, be it after looking at one house or looking for 2 years. Hannibal Realty offers comprehensive real estate services to both buyers and sellers throughout Hannibal and the surrounding area. Our team of realtors can be contacted at 573-719-5000 or at HannibalRealty.com. Hannibal Realty, guiding you home.
Smith Funeral Home and Chapel started in 1888, serving others as they would want to be served, with reverence, respect, and responsibility. Services are personalized and specific to each family. Smith Funeral Home and Chapel is proud to have provided over 130 years of service to the Hannibal community and the surrounding area. Brent Massey and staff wish the best of luck to the Hannibal High School Pirates.
Living in Northeast Missouri is a blessing. So is having access to exceptional health care. For more than 65 years, Blessing Health Hannibal has made access to high-quality primary care a priority. Need specialty care? We offer more than 20 specialties, including cancer and heart care, surgery, sleep medicine, and weight management. Your neighbors sharing your values. We are Blessing Health Hannibal, proud to be part of what makes life in Northeast Missouri a blessing.
Howdy, Pirate football fans. It's Alex Dalla here with Best Brush LLC, your local one-stop shop for all of your painting and pressure washing needs. Whether it's commercial or residential, from exterior to interior, on jobs big or small, we've got the experience and the equipment to tackle it all. Best Brush LLC can be contacted at 573-248-7704 for a no-obligation quote, or found on Facebook, and we promise to always place our best brush forward.
Welcome back to Porter Stadium, Pirate fans. It is halftime in the district semifinal game. The Hannibal Pirates lead this one. They're clinging to a 1-point lead, 22-21 over a completely different Mexico Bulldog team than what we played, 6 weeks ago, Joe?
Uh-oh.
We beat them 40-0, and I tell you what, it's like they brought their varsity this week, because this is not the same Mexico team that we played.
No, Cuno wasn't playing for Mexico the last time we did play him. The running back, the one that keeps going up the middle there for the drive. He did not play. But you know what? One man is not going to be the biggest deal. The biggest thing that Hannibal is missing here is Trey Hoskins, Cade Hoskins, our defensive guys. That's been missing for our defense here. But I have been warned by a couple people, one in particular that's really special to me, that the Hoskins brothers disappeared from the sideline. It might be like Bobby Boucher and coming back in halftime at the Bourbon Bowl and playing this ball game and helping out our defense, because we need it right now.
All right, so I got some first-hand stats from our good friend Greg Altidy. Passing, Waylon Anders is 4 for 5 for 54 yards, and he's got that nice touchdown that he threw to Reed Holiday. As far as rushing the football, That's receiving. Rushing wise, the Hannibal Pirates, Landon Essig, 10 carries for 95 yards and a touchdown. Waylon Anders has 6 carries for 12 yards and a touchdown. Darian Washington, 4 for 23. That is 20 carries total for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. Receiving wise for the Hannibal Pirates, leading the way is Reed Holiday. He's got 1 catch for 30 yards, but it was a good one. It was for a touchdown. Carter Reed's got 1 for 21, and Darian Washington's got 2 receptions for just 3 yards. As far as first downs go, Mexico actually leads Hannibal on first downs, 12-8. Passing yards, Mexico has none. They only threw the ball that one time. Total yards for Mexico, they had 36 plays for 218 yards. Hannibal, 25 plays for 184 yards. Hannibal's got a better average, 7.4 to 6.1 for Mexico. Only 1 turnover in the first half. It was a big one. It cost Mexico 7 points. Hannibal opened up the scoring there. And total punts for each team. There's only been 1 punt in this game, and that was by the Hannibal Pirates. So, again, our halftime score, Hannibal 22, Mexico 21. And, we've run into a buzzsaw this evening, Terry.
Yeah, no question about it. A couple of things stand out. First of all, I want to congratulate Reed Holiday. Nice young man, sophomore. Got his first touchdown catch wide open over the middle there and ran a good route. But, Mark, I hate to just be redundant, but we've got to make some adjustments and shut down the run the second half. They're outgaining us in first downs, possession probably, and head
we
control.
did a little better late, very late in the first half. But like I said, you can see it from the field level much easier than you can see it from up here. I know the holes open up and you can see them easier from up here, but I tell you, down on the field, Mexico is definitely controlling the line of scrimmage when they are on offense. And if we don't make that first tackle, they make us pay for it.
Yeah, give them credit. They're playing good football. They really are.
They're getting that surge, Terry.
Absolutely. And they've got a lot of confidence right now.
Mark, there's something we kind of talked about this week, and I'd like to kind of have you kind of talk about it a little bit. But last year, November 2nd, we lost a dear person to us, and Mark, I'd like to kind of talk about that.
Yeah, I tell you guys, it was a little over 15 years ago when I got a call. Oh, I think it was about middle of July, and it was, of course, my good friend David Norman, and he said, Mark, how would you like to do broadcasts for the Pirate football games? And I thought, well, David, yeah, I could probably handle the color. He said, oh, no, I need a play-by-play man. I said, oh, David. I said, you are scraping the barrel now, my friend. But I tell you what, I said, I've never done anything like this, but count me in. It sounds like fun. And so, again, that was 15 years ago. We've done it every year since then, regardless of, with the exception of the COVID year. And, kudos to David and kudos to his son Danny that was able to keep this thing going. I know it's been a rough road to follow for Danny, but we certainly appreciate it. I look forward to this year-round, and I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'll say it till the day I die. Nobody has more fun at these football games than yours truly. I look forward to it year-round, and, it kind of brings a tear to my eye because, David, he was something special. He had a long career in broadcasting. I know his old buddy Jeff Dorsey, the big dog, he posted on it earlier this week. Reggie Coleman was around in those days, and, Dennis Oliver as well. They were the big five in Quincy, Liz Lukowski and the big dog. And kudos to our good friend David Norman. And I'm proud to keep this thing going.
Yeah, and we can't thank Danny and Mary Norman enough for allowing us to kind of inviting us down here every year. I got the invite from Mark and David about 3 years ago, and that was the year that we actually went to state. And you talk about coming in on a high. I mean, my gosh, my first year doing this with you guys, we go to the state championship. It's like, well, we're going to do this every year. But, joining Terry and Joel and Alex Myers in the booth, and, of course, Mark Dow. Mark, it is, I listen to a lot of the games there that Danny has up here on YouTube, and it's just so much fun listening to us, even if it's a week or 2 or 3 weeks, games that we've had online. I can listen to it. I can remember what we were doing, all the laughs that we had, the little silly things that kind of goes on in the booth or on the field sidelines. It's just, it's something I look forward to. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and go, gosh, can't wait for next Friday.
Yeah, I tell you, the very first year, we only did the home games that very first season. I think that was 2009. And Chuck Clayton was the color guy. Chuck and I, we had a lot of fun in the radio booth. Then the following year, we kind of brought Bob Willett out of retirement. And let me tell you, folks, Bob was in his element. He said, I don't want to be in the booth, guys. He said, I want to be down on the field. So David came up with a way to do a remote microphone. We've had it ever since, and I think it brings a really an interesting perspective. You do not get the coin toss anywhere in high school football, and we have it week in and week out. And it really is. It's something special. And you talk about the good times we have. I can remember times where we'd be on the road, Bob Willett and I'd have to pull the car over. We'd be laughing so hard at each other. So, yeah, a lot of good memories and a lot of fun. And, again, it's all due to David Norman and his fine family. And I, for one, appreciate him.
Yeah, I'd like to echo my thoughts too, guys. David was a good friend. I got invited in a few years after the inauguration. I've enjoyed every year. We we have a great time together. We really do, regardless who's doing what. And kind of a different perspective tonight, seeing Mark down on the field. But David was
always
great.
wanted to do that.
And we really appreciate Danny, and he's doing a great job, and Mary and all their support. So.
Yeah, again, Godspeed to our old friend, David P. Norman. What did the P stand for? Personality.
Amen.
So, again, the Hannibal Pirates lead this one 22-21. I'm going to send this microphone over to Alex Meyer. I think he's got the first half drive chart set up for us.
Thank you, Mark. I was waiting to see if I was going to get this halftime. Hannibal started it off and had about a 9-play drive. Unfortunately, we're getting down into Mexico's territory, but we're eventually stopped on 4th down. Then Mexico took over, had a good 5-play drive. They coughed up the ball, the only turnover of the first half for either one of these teams. Hannibal capitalized it. Only took 4 plays to get into the end zone. Reed Holiday with a nice reception for a touchdown. And Reed Holiday made it 7-0 in favor of Hannibal. See, you had that thing live there. There you go. Mexico then took a 9-play drive, 48 yards, 4 minutes off the clock. Charlie Fisher, the quarterback for it, had a quarterback keeper, quarterback sneak up the middle, and then a 2-point conversion that was completely made it 8-7 in favor of Mexico at that time. Hannibal then had only a 3-play drive, a 3-and-out, and punted away. The only punt for either one of these teams tonight. Mexico took advantage of that with an 8-play drive, 67 yards, 2 minutes and 28 seconds to take it off the clock. Corbin Dorsey for Mexico punches it in and made it 15-7 at that point. But Hannibal finally finding the groove. A 5-play drive, 58 yards, a minute and 31 seconds. Waylon Anders was a quarterback keeper himself, not a quarterback sneak, but a quarterback option, ran it in and made it 15-15 after the 2-point conversion was connected properly. Mexico didn't wait for their next drive too long. A 9-play drive, 80 yards, 3 minutes and 27 seconds. Take out the clock. Hunter Cano, the big running back for Mexico, punched it in then and made it 21-15 after the missed PAT, which is the huge difference in this game. As Mexico gave it to Hannibal. Hannibal made quick work of it as the Hannibal Pirates had a 4th and 4. Gave it to Landon Essick. Instead of just 4 yards, he found 6 points. Minute 32 seconds taken off the clock. Landon Essick puts it in, and we made the PAT, made it 22-21 at that point. Mexico then tried to make a little something out with the last few minutes of the half, was denied, and that is where we're standing at halftime, 22-21. That PAT that Mexico missed is the difference maker so far.
Hey, while we got a second, I wanted to mention, before the game this evening, we all met down at Frozen Sippy's, had a couple of slushies and a couple of fine pizzas down there. It was a good time this evening. Good to see Marcus Allen and his parents down at Frozen Sippy's. Of course, Marcus, he always sponsors the Hannibal Pirate KHBL Player of the Game. And for the Player of the Game, he gives every week 2 free slushies and 1 Papa Murphy's pizza. And while we were there, Joe Thomas went up to the bar and actually talked him into a second one this evening. So we've got 1 for an offensive player and 1 for a defensive player this evening. So kudos to Marcus Allen. We certainly appreciate it. Pretty good food this evening, Terry.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a fun time. That's the second time this year we've gone down there and done that. It's got to be a tradition, I think. And Marcus and his parents, they're great hosts down there. You all need to go down there if you haven't been there. Good food, good atmosphere.
Wonderful atmosphere. I tell you, he's really done a nice job with that building.
We really appreciate what he's done for us this year.
It's definitely a good time. I tell you what, I'm not sure I've seen Coach Geschwinder as intense as he was at the end of the half there. I said, Coach, can I get a word? He looked me right in the eye. I said, I'm busy right now. I'll get to you later. I was like, okay then.
Yeah, I think he is busy right now. I hope they're busy right now.
He had the look of intensity on his face, and that is exactly what the Pirates need. They kind of woke up, I'd say, halfway through the second quarter, and it's a darn good thing that the offense is pulling its weight here, because the defense, and it was not necessarily surprising last week to Geschwinder that they went up there and beat Kirksville. This isn't an offense that a lot of people haven't seen. It's deceiving for who's going to be running the football. You pretty much guarantee somebody is running the ball. But, they mix it up very nicely.
Yeah, it's a different team than we played 4, 5, 6 weeks ago, whatever. You know, we won 40-0. They've gotten healthy, number one. And Kuno's a good ball player. Their linebackers are fabulous. Number 15, Grant Van Horn is a really nice football player, and they've done some blitzing. Our offense finally woke up, Mark, but, man, I hope we've got some adjustments for the defense, and hopefully we can get up there and close those gaps and play a little tighter this second half.
Yeah, while we got a second, I got to throw a shout-out to Coach Eric Hill and the Hannibal boys soccer team. They play in the district finals tomorrow down in one of the
Fort Zumwalt.
Yeah, it was one of the Fort Zumwalt schools. It's south. Hannibal on the season, get this, folks, is 25-2. 25-2. They have not lost since early September. They lost to Rolla, who then they beat later on, and then they lost one other game. But other than that, they have run the table this season. I was talking to my good friend John Shepard earlier today. He said, Mark, by far this is the best Hannibal soccer team has been, the boys in many, many years. And he's had some good ones, Terry.
Yeah, he really has. And Coach Hill's been a fabulous find for this school, both girls and boys. And the team they're playing tomorrow, Fort Zumwalt South, they beat 1-0 in overtime about 2 weeks ago. And it's going to be a tough match. But normally we get down there and you usually lose to a superior St. Louis team in the first round, but not this year.
And generally, as soon as we have to run into like St. Dominic's or something, the party's over after that. But hey, anytime that we can beat both Quincy schools, that's Quincy, Notre Dame, and the Blue Devils. Never happened before this year, but they did it. They pulled it off. I call it the daily double against the Quincy schools, and they take their soccer seriously over in the Gem City there, and the Pirates putting on both of them. So, again, congratulations and good luck tomorrow, Eric Hill and the Hannibal boys soccer team.
Yeah, I also want to give a shout-out to Coach Jim Caniglio and the cross-country teams. They're running in the state tomorrow down in Columbia, I believe. 4 of the girls qualified and 1 of the boys qualified. They just missed as a girls' team by qualifying by just a few points, but they've had a good year. Good luck to them as well, and good luck to Eric and the soccer team tomorrow night.
And my wife, Lori, she sent me something earlier this week. She wanted to give a shout-out and give kudos to the all-state choir selections for Hannibal. Looks like Kara Hines, she was alto first alternate, Grayson Mueller for bass, and Isaiah Hughes for bass first alternate. Again, go Pirates. Congratulations to those young students as well. And then, Terry, you said you were talking about the cross-country team. They will be sending 5 runners to this weekend's state championships. Congratulations to Jordan Pewterbaugh, Grace Munger, Ella Bonvillian, Ava Bonvillian, and David Munger. So congratulations, and best of luck tomorrow in the state cross-country meet.
Got a lot of good things going on, Mark. We've got the musical coming up in a couple, 3 weeks, Into the Woods, and just a lot of different things going on. A lot of talented students out
Into the Woods. That's where I'll be headed tomorrow. Into the Woods.
As a perfect lead-in, wasn't it?
Yeah.
As I look into the end zone there where the Hannibal Pirates are currently stretching, I am seeing both number 7 and number 5, the Hopkins boys, in uniform.
How about that, Joe Thomas? Talk to me. What's that look like down there?
It looks like we called in the cavalry.
We need them. So hopefully they'll make their presence felt.
It's really good to see Trey. I saw him do some warm-ups. I was getting ready to interject, and Alex caught that. But the fact that I can see Trey Hoskins jumping up, kind of doing pulling the knees up high to him, landing, and then taking off in a full tilt sprint, I like it.
Terry, that's got shades of Willis Reed walking out in the Madison Square Garden for the Knicks years ago.
I can still see him limping out there and playing a whale of a game. And, they're obviously well enough or they wouldn't be in the game, but they wanted to rest him again and let him be totally healthy next week. But
there is no next week. That's right.
You win tonight or you go home.
And I think of both the Hoskins boys as first coach say, you got to let me play.
And if Trey doesn't make a difference on that defense, I'll tell you what, him and Cade both.
Yep, he'll plug up that again.
They're terrors.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, again, the Pirates have to kick off to start the second half. Mexico won the toss and elected to receive. I tell you, it's something special stand down there with the referee when he's giving the instructions there. I really enjoyed it. I appreciated it. I did not get his name. Lewis always brings me the lineup card for the officials, but he said, guys, there's no lineup card this evening, so we get what we get.
Well, hopefully we've made some adjustments with the Hoskins boys in. Hopefully our defense will stand firm. We'll control the ball. I think it's a matter of fewest mistakes, no turnovers, and staying ahead, Mark. I think if we can stay ahead, we'll be good. We don't want to give them the lead too often.
Yeah, that Mexico turnover was big in the first half. They had some momentum. They turned Hannibal away on downs on their first possession of the game. And now Mexico, they struggled to move the ball on that first possession, but they had a very manageable, I think it was either third or fourth down and very short, and they coughed it up. Hannibal recovered the football and were able to cash in just a few plays later. Again, Hannibal's got to kick off. And, Terry, no question about it, this first possession is going to set the tone, I think, for the second half.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And see Trey down there, he looked like a man. I'll tell you what, walking this sideline.
Joe, did you get a look into Trey's eyes by chance?
I was scared. I was scared to look to, and all I see is the smile on both of the Hoskins' faces. It's like this was almost planned.
Probably all three of them down there are smiling right now. The dad, too.
I'm smiling up here in the booth.
I'd say the dad has a little bit of trepidation just because of the tenderness of the injuries, but I think the boys are going to be boys.
Right. Well, if one of them's coming back, there's no way the other one doesn't come.
No.
All right. So Landon Essex spots the ball at the 40-yard line. Pirates are now defending the west end zone. They are headed right to left across your radio dial. And we'll get set here for the second half kickoff. He steps it off and waits for the whistle. There's the signal. Points his left index finger to the left side and the right index finger to the right side. Now he steps into this one. It's a high kick, sails right down the middle of the field, taking it to 15, out to the 20-yard line, to the 25, to the far sideline, down the sideline to the 30, to the 35, and out to the 40, across the 40-yard line. A good look and return for the Mexico Bulldogs has them set up good field position. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line. Start the second half.
You got to give them credit, Mark. They're not backing down.
Absolutely not. This is not the same Mexico team that we played, again, 6 weeks ago. We beat them 40-0 then, right here at Porter Stadium. All right, Fisher back in at quarterback now. No, actually, that's Benny. Benny is in at quarterback. And he'll come set under center. Benny takes a snap, quick handoff up the middle, and he's got room to run. He's into the secondary, down to the 30. It's a foot race. He's going to score. Inside the 10. No, he gets stopped at the very end inside the 10-yard line. And in the game on first down, I'll never know, but he goes into the game now.
They had that same big gap, too. I'm telling you.
1st and goal for Mexico. After one play, they're knocking at the door. 1st and goal at the Hannibal Pirates 7-yard line. Yeah, that Cano, he's a specimen there. Hunter Cano. 5'11", 200-pound senior, tailback for the Mexico Bulldogs. Benny takes a snap, handoff to Cano. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a push now, and he's pushed down at about the 5-yard line. Second and goal from the 5 now, just underway here in the third quarter. Pirates nursing a 22-21 lead. They're going to spot it at the 3-yard line, and it'll be second and goal from there. Hayden Benny comes set under center again. And takes a snap, takes the handoff to Cano, hands it on the end around and into the end zone for a touchdown is Corbin Dorsey. He faked the handoff to Cano. The Hannibal Pirate defense bit on it, and he handed the ball on the end around to Dorsey, and he walked into the end zone. Touchdown for Mexico, and very quickly that puts them in the lead just a minute and 15 seconds into the second half.
Well, you'd hoping after taking the lead we'd come back with a little momentum, but we got to turn this around quick.
This could come down to who's got the ball at the end.
Absolutely.
Who's got the last possession. All right, now Mexico lines up to go for 2. Benny under center. Takes snap, handoff to Cano. And he is going to get tackled shy of the end zone. And who picks up the tackle? But Trey Hoskins. He plugged up that gap, Joe Thomas.
That's why he came back in this game. We've got to have Trey Hoskins with that power and muscle to get in there and cause a roadblock.
All right, that makes it 27-22 Mexico. You're listening to Hannibal Pirate Playoff Football on KHBL 96.9 FM.
Crescent Jewelry has always been the Hannibal Pirates' #1 fan. They know and appreciate the efforts and determination these young men must have to enjoy a successful season. Crescent Jewelry has used the same principles to run their business. Your local hometown jeweler for all your jewelry needs is Crescent Jewelers. They offer quality jewelry. Like the Pirates, they try hard to go that extra yard. Crescent Jewelry, 207 Broadway in downtown Hannibal since 1842.
Welcome back to Porter Stadium. Alex Meyer, tell us about that very quick Mexico Bulldog touchdown drive.
They were quick to take advantage and take hold of this game early. 3 plays, 56 yards, a minute 16 seconds. Corbin Dorsey with his second touchdown for Mexico. 2-point conversion was unsuccessful, so it's only a 5-point difference, 27-22 in favor of Mexico.
Jacob Palmer takes the ball from the official, sets it down on the X at the 40-yard line, gets the whistle, points his left index finger to the sky, and he steps into this one. It's a high kick right down the middle of the field, taking it to 15, across the 20, to the 25. Down, Dorsey's got it. He's all the way up across the 45-yard line. And a big return by Wyatt Dorsey has got the Pirates set up with great field position. They'll have it at their own 48-yard line.
Yeah, it's nice space blocking on that. Had a nice hole for him, and he almost broke it.
First and 10 for the Pirates, their own 48-yard line. They trail this one 27-22, 10:37 left to go in the third quarter. And Waylon Anders trots into the huddle. Now he breaks it. He'll come set under center. Split backfield behind him. Twin receivers wide to the near side. Here's a handoff now to quarterback keeper on the option. Anders has got it. He's cross midfield and down at the 45-yard line for a quick gain of about 6 yards. Second and 4 from the 45-yard line in the Mexico territory now. Anders trots over to the sideline, gets the play from head coach Jeff Geschwinder. Now he trots out into the field. He'll break the huddle and come set under center again with a single tight end set to the near side. Man comes in motion now. Essig leads the block, and good-looking carry there on second down by Washington, and he'll be very close. Yeah, I think he's going to move the chains. It'll be a first down for the Pirates. He got down to the 41-yard line. That's what he needed.
Mark, they've got about 3 linebackers, number 4, number 15, and I think 47. They're really good linebackers. They've been active.
First and 10 for the Pirates. The Mexico 41-yard line. Anders under center again. Takes a snap, quick handoff to Washington. He's into the second level.
Yeah,
He's gone. He's down inside the 10-yard line and just gets tripped up. Just gets tripped up at the 10. Guy had to make, a shoestring diving tackle on him. I thought he had it.
He's hurt.
But Washington, he actually went end for end. He did a kind of a cartwheel when he got hit. The guy hit him low. It wasn't a dirty hit or anything. It was kind of the only hit he could make, and he is down, unfortunately, writhing in pain, laying on the 5-yard line.
He got hit real hard, and like you said, almost flipped and went down, fumbled the ball, but the ground caused the fumble.
He did a forward flip there, and that was dangerous. And again, it was not a dirty hit. The kid did all he could. It was a touchdown saving shoestring tackle, but the Pirates will have the ball after they sort this out. Hopefully Washington's able to get up and come back in this game. They'll have it at the 8-yard line. First down and goal to go.
That was a really nice play, Joe. Kind of a quick hitter, and then once he got past that line of scrimmage, I thought he was gone, actually.
Once he got into that second line of defense there, he's so shifty. And he just made a great lateral moves a couple of times and got free. And then, he's quick to get top speed in about 2 steps.
Yep.
Darian's still on his back. He's got 6 guys around him. The trainers are working on him. Dr. Rick Bauman's having a look.
He got hit hard, I'll tell you what.
Now he's going to sit up. And he's going to walk off. Yeah, I think that has the wind knocked out of you kind of thing. He's actually trotting off the field.
He actually gave a thumbs up here.
Thumbs up. He'll be back. He'll be back. He had the wind knocked out. And I understand why. I mean, when he went up in the air, he was 6 foot off the ground when he came down.
Yeah, he hit hard.
From the 8-yard line, the Pirates got the ball now. First and goal. With 9 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the third quarter. 27-22 Mexico. Waylon Anders breaks the huddle and will come set under center again. Split backfield behind him. Quick handoff on the crossbuck play this time. It went to Essig. Essig lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. It worked once or twice, but it hasn't worked the last 2 or 3 times we've run it.
It'll be second and goal from the 8. No gain there for Essig.
Washington's back in the game.
Yeah, he just checked back in. I caught that. Yep.
We've got to punch this one in, guys.
Washington will set up the split backfield. He's to the left side. And Landon Essig to the right side. Out of the pistol formation this time, though, is Anders. Second and goal from the 8. Anders claps his hands, takes a snap, takes the handoff, gives it to Essig. Essig hit at about the 6-yard line.
It's down to the 6.
Yep, we'll give him forward progress to the 6. It'll be third and goal from the 6. 4-down territory here. The Pirates have no kicking game, so it's either score or turn the ball over.
Big play.
Third and goal from the 6. Trey Hoskins checks back into the game. Look for him to run it right behind him on the left side of the line here. Here's the snap. They do run it right behind him. He blows the hole open and pushing to the end zone. Lands in the end zone. Touchdown Pirates.
Hoskins hit.
Essig went right behind him. Trey blew a hole wide open, and Essig, he had to push. When he got to the 2, they had him stacked up. He had to spin, and he landed in the end zone for a touchdown, and the Pirates snatched the lead right back, 28-27. See what they do now. Suspect that they'll just go for 2. There's no sense in kicking the extra point.
I agree.
The extra point really does nothing for you. Yep, and Anders does trot out onto the field. He'll break the huddle. Going for the 2-point conversion from the 3-yard line. He comes set under center. Split backfield behind him. Takes a snap. Hand off. It's a quarterback keeper. I'm not sure who's got the ball, but they tackle both of them, and Anders held on to the ball, and he's tackled at the 1-yard line. So the 2-point conversion is no good, but the Pirates still have a 28-27 lead. You're listening to Hannibal Pirates playoff football on KHBL 96.9 FM.
The employees and directors of F&M Bank and Trust Company wish to thank you for rooting on the Hannibal Pirates on KHBL Radio. We hope you enjoy yourself as you cheer the Pirates on to victory. Since 1870, F&M Bank has been cheering on Hannibal. Look closely at each milestone in our community's history and you'll find F&M's steady and guiding hand right in the middle of it all. Join us as a customer and together we can be a part of Hannibal's future. F&M Bank and Trust Company, Hannibal's biggest fan. Go Pirates!
Stadium Pirates fans. The Pirates now lead this one 28-27. Alex Meyer, tell us about that last Hannibal Pirate touchdown drive.
5-play drive, 52 yards. Justin on the other side of Hannibal's side. 2 minutes and 30 seconds taken off the clock. Darian Washington, who was injured on the drive, punches it in and gives the Pirates a new 1 point lead, 28-27.
Landon Essex spots the ball at the 40-yard line. He gets the signal, steps it off. Big possession coming up here. They're all big right now from here to the end of the game. It's a low line drive kick, bouncing. Taking it to 15, rolling it to the far side, across the 20, hit it to 25, and no good return there. Return of only about 7 yards before he is stacked up. Wyatt Dorsey in on that hit, as was number 38, that's Julian Murphy. He finished him off. Great looking tackle. While I got a second, I want to throw a shout out to my daughter Krista. She's listening in from Columbia this evening. She's been a little under the weather this week, so hopefully she's tucked in and listening to the Pirates here, cheering them on to victory. 1st and 10 for Mexico now from their own 23-yard line. Here's a quick snap. Handoff, trying to get to the end around, and nothing doing. The Pirates take great containment there. I tell you what, Hoskins made all the difference there. He pushed them out wide, and the kick or the ball carrier was number 2, Drew DeMint, and he's lucky to get a yard out of that. That's what I'm talking about.
Mark, he came from the opposite side of the field wide.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he went over the other side.
He just goes through, guys. It's amazing.
Hey, did you guys put points on the board?
How about that? Welcome back, Joel.
Well, hey, guys. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath.
Second down in 9 now. Here, quick handoff now up the middle. Nothing doing, though. Pirates shut that one down. What a difference Trey Hoskins has made. He's right in the middle of that pile.
They didn't have him in the first play after the half, Joel, and they ran off about a 50-yard run.
They ran off about a 48-yard run.
You're kidding.
On the first play, yeah. But he's in there now, and he's making his presence felt. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
I was going to say, was T-Rex here the whole time, or?
He went in.
He wasn't dressed.
He dressed out at halftime.
Let's watch and see if they try to do a quick jet sweep out to the side now.
Is that an option for all of us? Or?
3rd down and 6. His brother did the same thing. Both Hoskins dressed out at halftime. 3rd and 6 now. Benny under center takes his jet sweep. Did the jet sweep? He's slipped down. He was going to try to cut back into the teeth of the Pirate defense, and when he did, he slipped down. The ball carrier was 25, Corbin Dorsey. And guess what? I think the Mexico Bulldogs are going to have to punt it. It'll be their first punt of the game. 4th and 7, and they're inside their 30-yard line. Yeah, they can't risk not getting a first down here.
Don't tell me Hoskins isn't a game changer, boys.
So absolutely,
he was on that series.
Washington backs up to his own 32-yard line, ready to receive this punt. It's a high snap. He gets it down. It's a booming punt, though. Washington lets it bounce in front of him, and he's got to get away from it now. He had to commit, and the best thing he could do is get away from it. But the ball rolls dead at the 32, and that's where the Pirates will take over 1st and 10 at their own 32. Big shutdown there on that series of downs. A quick 3 and out for Mexico, and the Pirates are ready to turn it on again.
So, Mark, tell me what's in this little container here.
That would be goose pastrami, Joel.
I had too much pizza, so I'm not eating it, but that's really good.
I am still full from pizza, but
it smells.
So I got a little Grey
You need to
Poupon,
try it, Joel.
little Grey Poupon there.
Dijon mustard.
So Joe brought a cheese tray. We got a little charcuterie board going on here.
Beautiful.
This evening. 1st and 10 for the Pirates. Under center, Waylon Anderson. Quick handoff, Washington. Washington hit at the line of scrimmage, peels off a quick.
That's a late hit. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yep. Laundry flies in on the field. I tell you what, that personal foul earlier in the game, that official threw that flag so high. I think it hit one of the lights. And they had to crawl up the pole to get it down.
He had a hard time getting it out of his pocket, but once he got it out, he threw it.
He chucked it.
Alex,
No doubt about it.
Take this goose pastrami and put it in my coat.
That was pretty good stuff.
Yeah, this stuff might not make it home with you, Mark.
When I heard goose pastrami, I said, "Whoa, I don't know, but man, it's good."
I did that. I thought,
Mark Dow could cook moose poop and make it be good.
Yeah, I agree.
That's probably what this is, but it tastes awesome.
Got good flavor though.
A little nutty.
I've been dining on that all week. I tell you, I made
corny.
made some Reuben sandwiches with it last week. Oh, a Reuben with this is dynamite.
Oh, this is outstanding.
I think Danny's kind of shaking back in the studio right now.
We're definitely not getting a Christmas bonus this year.
First and 10 for the Pirates at the Mexico 48-yard line. Quick handoff this time to the right side. And nothing doing. Hit at the line of scrimmages, Essig. And they're giving him a yard on it, actually. Second down and 9.
Carter Reed. Boy, that guy's
what he's doing.
I think he's setting up here.
Uh-oh. Boy, what
the Mets guarding him out here, but Carter's gotten behind him and beaten him several times. I think something's going to be playing out.
Second and 9, and Carter does come out wide to the near side. 3-step drop.
There we go.
Anders over the middle. He's got a man. Caught. Yeah. 25. Looking for a block now. Down to the 22. Yeah. Down to the 20. 15. 10. 5. And stepped out of bounds on the far sideline.
What a nice move after that.
Wow.
Man.
Darian Washington, he found him over the middle.
I can't do that. Actually put a block on a guy here that he might wake up tomorrow.
Well, Waylon threw that on a rope, too. I'm going to tell you what.
Oh, that was a beautiful pass. That's got the Pirates set up at the 2-yard line. First down and goal. Go.
You're good, Joe, but you're not quite that good.
I can't do that, guys. I cannot do that.
Split backfield now behind Anders. On first and goal from the 2. Quick handoff. Oh, it's a quarterback keeper, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Anders.
Oh, boy, was that play.
Catch in the mouth, wasn't it, boys?
Needed that big time.
That's big. Sure. That'll open up a 2-score lead if we can make this extra point or go for 2. If we can make the 2 points.
I think they're going to go for 1 is what they signaled.
Yeah?
It's 34-27 now, Pirates. Yep, they line up to go for 1. That's no gimme either for the Pirates this year.
I think the intensity level has increased.
Essig for the extra point. Snap back. The ball is down. The kick is no good. It faded to the left. He had to get it off fast. It was a line drive, but the Pirates still have a 7-point lead with 4:19 left to go in the third quarter. It is Hannibal 34, Mexico 27. This is Hannibal Pirates playoff football on KHBL 96.9 FM.
This is Marcus Allen, the owner of Frozen Sippies at 108 North Main Street in historic downtown Hannibal. Open Tuesday through Sunday, Frozen Sippies offers a family-friendly atmosphere with frozen slushies for all ages. We're proud to carry Papa Murphy's Pizza for dine-in or carry-out. We have pool tables, dartboards, plenty of space to host private events, including bridal showers, birthday parties, and more. Phone number is 573-603-1113. Frozen Sippies, bringing a taste of paradise to your hometown.
Welcome back to Porter Stadium. Alex Meyer, tell us about that Hannibal Pirate touchdown drive.
There's a quick one. 4 plays, 66 yards, a minute, 32 seconds taken on the clock. Waylon Anders with a quarterback keeper puts the Pirates out further, 34-27.
All right, here's the kick down the middle of the field, taking it to 10-yard line, cross the 15 to the 20, come to the near sideline out to the 30-yard line, and tackled there is number 7 of the Mexico Bulldogs. That's Tyson Carr. And that's where Mexico will take over. They now trail this one 34-27 with 4:13 left to go in the third quarter.
Let's see if we can keep this defense going now, Joe.
Me too. Like seeing Big T-Rex out there.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's a big kid.
And 7, Baby Rex.
All right. From their 30-yard line. Then he's still in at quarterback, and he'll come set under center on 1st and 10. He'll take the snap, hand off, and Cano runs right into Trey Hoskins and the rest of the Pirate defense. What a good
Landis met him.
Made.
Yeah, Landis made a really nice play, too. On
but
that.
they still got 3.
Yeah, I know.
Boy,
they're asking who number 5 is on the Mexico sideline.
Who is that guy?
Yeah.
Where did he come from? Oh, my gracious.
That jersey is a size small on a triple XL body.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with triple XL, Joe.
No, I'm in it.
Oh, huh?
Tell you what you got to tell them. Hey, that guy with the microphone on the first half, yeah, that's him. He's in it.
Yeah.
All right, here's a second down play to Cano now, and he's got a first down. He's out. I tell you what, Hoskins almost had him in the backfield, but he slipped out of that tackle and peels off about a 13-yard gain. It'll be first and 10 for Mexico after their 47-yard line.
They still have the bigger split though, and they're not closing that up. And if he's successful and gets by Trey, it's still open.
Oh yeah, yep.
Looks like Jaron Landis must have jammed his thumb or something. Noah Brown.
Last week he came over and his finger was about 4 different directions, and they popped it straight.
First and 10 for Mexico. Their own 47-yard line. Handoff now again to Cano. He gets maybe 2 yards. He's shy of the 50-yard line. It'll be second down and 8 from there.
Did you see that? He just crawled on the ground with the ball, and the referee spotted it where he ended up crawling.
Yeah.
Well, no wonder they're getting 3 yards even when they're stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Looks like he was hit right at the line.
Yeah.
2:40 left to go in the third quarter. Pirates nursing a 7-point lead. Mexico, second and 8 from their 49-yard line. Benny under center, takes a snap, pitch to the end around. DeMint trying to get to the outside. He does. He's crossed midfield and steps out of bounds after about a 3-yard gain. It'll be third down and a long 5.
That was Cade. Cade stopped that one.
3rd and 6, we're going to call it, from the Hannibal Pirate 49-yard line.
Talk about some outside contain that we've been missing, Terry.
Absolutely.
Found it.
Trey on the inside, Cade on the outside.
Had to get the student section involved here, guys.
What's going on?
I guess the student section got in.
Oh, that's what that is.
Was yelling at me.
Okay.
All right. On third down, here's the handoff to Cano. He's into the secondary. He'll have a first down. He's inside the 40-yard line. Nothing fancy there. He went right up the gut, just off the right tackle.
Yeah, they're going on that right side more effectively than anywhere, and they're getting around the corner some.
Boy, I didn't know about that guy last time. I'm telling you, I don't think he played.
You can know about him now.
I can know about him now.
He did not.
I didn't know about him.
He didn't play. He's gotten healthy in the last 3 weeks, I think.
First and 10 for Mexico at the Pirate 39-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to play at this snap in the third quarter. Benny under center takes a snap. Handoff Cano again, right up the gut. And he gets at least 3 yards on that carry before he is tackled. Looks like Dylan Bach on that hit.
You know, they really haven't lost a beat with the backup quarterback either.
No, not at all.
He's come in and played well.
And he played quite a bit in the first game.
Yeah.
But they were down quite a bit more, though. They were down by 30 points when they put him in.
Man.
Yeah, they really haven't missed a beat at all.
This right side of the line, I don't think either one of them are taller than 5'10".
Second down and 7 now. Hand off to Mint, trying to get to the outside, to the near side. He's down to the 30-yard line, and it's going to be just shy of the first down, maybe a yard shy of the first down.
Those two guys on the left side of the line, guard and tackle for Mexico, they're both definitely over 6 feet, but, man, that right side is canny.
I think he was tackled by James Wetton there.
You know, it's harder to come by with Trey and in there, but they're still getting some yardage.
Yes, they are.
1 minute to play in the third quarter now. And Mexico on third down and a yard from the Hannibal Pirates 30-yard line.
Well, now they switched.
Then he comes under center, takes a snap, quarterback sneak, and he's got a first down. He went off the right tackle.
Okay, whatever side of the line number 65 and number 78 are on, that's the way they're running.
Yeah.
That's the way Trey's lining up.
That's where they're going.
Yeah, he's switching back and forth.
Has that been happening the whole game?
They did it earlier because they were running to that side. They run the left side once and the right side once when they got around the end.
Well, I'll be doggone.
First and 10 now for Mexico from the Pirate 27-yard line.
Watch this. Number 65 over there on the left.
Under center again. Cano, the lone setback behind him, takes the handoff. And
Oh, my
got it on
God.
the option. He pitches it out and nothing doing, though.
There you go.
Cano just got hit
contain
next
that
week
well.
by Trey Hawkins. He doesn't know where he's at right now.
They contain that well.
Okay, that number 65, Wyatt Trosser, he's a 6'3" senior, 260 pounds.
You don't see them switch that much on the high school linemen.
No.
They've done it some.
That is
He'll lose
the end of the
He's
third
going
quarter.
to lose a yard on that one. That'll be the end of the third quarter. When we come back, we'll bring you the fourth quarter. You're listening to Hannibal Pirates Playoff Football on KHBL 96.9 FM.
When you work as hard as you do for your money, you may not want to take chances with risky investments. Raymond James financial advisor Steve Virel understands that. He believes in informed investing and will help you find investments that align with your goals. For sound investment advice, Steve can be contacted at 573-221-4500, located in Hannibal. Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Life well planned. At Hannibal Realty, our commission is negotiable. Our service is not. Buying a home is a big decision. With that in mind, we want our clients to find the best home, be it after looking at one house or looking for 2 years. Hannibal Realty offers comprehensive real estate services to both buyers and sellers throughout Hannibal and the surrounding area. Our team of realtors can be contacted at 573-719-5000 or at HannibalRealty.com. Hannibal Realty, guiding you home.
Okay. All right. Second down and 11 now for Mexico. We've switched up sides. The Pirates now defending the east end zone. They're headed left to right across your radio down. Here's play action pass. Benny back to throw. Pump fakes once, lets it fly, and it is intercepted at the 10-yard line and knocked out of bounds. Is that Wetland?
Looks like 11.
James Wetland up high, yeah.
King James.
King James brings the ball down, and he trots over to the sideline. He's got both hands up in the air, and he's high-stepping it all the way back across the field to the Pirate defense. And he does a high-five butt tackle there.
Oh, my gosh. What a great kid.
What a great kid.
Oh, man.
James wasn't a big turnover now, and the Pirates have got it 1st and 10 from their own 12-yard line.
In celebration, Steve says, everybody meet at the warehouse. We're cleaning it out.
I think Coach Hoskins is excited.
I think he's giving you the eye there, Joe. What is that? I mean, he's giving you the hand across the throat.
I think so, too. I mean, hurry up and get here.
Cut him off.
Yeah.
All right, Anders under center now. Man goes in motion now on 1st and 10. Handoff Washington. He's looking for a tackle or a block, and he's going to get tackled after maybe a yard gain on that one.
Boy, it looked like more. They really closed.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to have a big hole, and it looked like he was
They're
going to
gonna
really
give
have
him 2.
something. Yeah, he'll get 2 yards. He got a generous spot there. He's 2nd down and 8 now, with 11:29 left to go in the football game. Pirates
Hoskins
lead
coming back in.
34-27. Wonder if they throw him the ball like they did a couple weeks ago.
No, I mean, dude, that's what he can do very well.
Line up at tight end.
That'd be cool.
And he will come set on the right side in at tight end position. Waylon Anders out of the pistol. Takes a snap, hands the football off, and getting maybe a yard on that carry.
Going to get
landed.
2.
Yep, it'll be 3rd down and 6. Just outside the 15-yard line. We'll call it 16.
I was talking with Spalding at halftime, and I was like, man, why are they putting Landon up the middle? He said, yeah. And then I say that, and then he busts one for a touchdown.
Uh-huh. Well, that may be why.
I guess so, yeah.
Big play here, guys. You need to get out of this end zone.
Anders under center this time. Split backfield behind. 3rd and 6. Takes a snap. Hand off the right side. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Essick across the 20. He's going to be about.
He's going to have a first
They've
down.
got to move the chain.
Are they going to move the chain?
They're going to move the chains here.
Joe,
They're going to move 22.
That's the first down. Whitehat called it. Move the chain, boys.
First down.
Come on, Ron. Move the chain.
He needed 6. He got 6.5.
Get that clock going again.
That's right, baby.
6 in the nose.
Look up Justin Gibson down there. Move the chains, son.
That wasn't 7. That was 6.
We got Benson Financial Group over there running the chains.
Fine bunch of guys.
Oh,
there.
good dudes.
Pat and Jared and Justin and the whole group.
Ron Hay, Luke Herschel,
yep.
Good dudes.
1st and 10 for the Pirates. Anders under center again. Split backfield behind him. Takes a snap. Hand off to the right side. Now reversing to the left side and getting a couple of yards is Essig.
Number 15 again, that linebacker. He's had about 8.
Yeah,
that was another slow development there.
Pirates are content to milk some clock here, which is great if you score.
Yeah.
It's not so good if you don't.
Well, you also have to
made
get
him
1st down.
yards on it first.
Kind of committing yourself here, you know.
We're not getting very much on that 1st down.
No, we need that 1st and 10. We need to get about 5, 6 yards.
Quick hitter. I'd love to see Reed Holiday open again. On second down and 9 now. Here's a pitch to Washington. He's trying to get out to the left side. And he'll get, he made a lot more than I thought. He made it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Yeah, I thought they had him bottled up at the 25. He made it to the 29.
Jerry, I don't know if you saw, but Landon Essig took the lead block there and just struck Van Houten right at the line.
I didn't see that. All right,
that was great.
Much more manageable. Third down, and we'll call it a long 3 from the Hannibal Pirate 29-yard line.
Need about 2 or 3 more of these first downs. Keep this thing going.
Oh, yeah.
Anders under center. Twin receivers out wide to the far side of the field. Man comes in motion now. There's a handoff, and out across the first down line to gain.
That's great.
For the Hannibal Pirates.
Washington?
Is Washington. Yep, 1st and 10 for the Pirates. Talk about sucking down the clock and moving the chains. Textbook.
I've been watching
Hannibal
football for 600 years, and line to gain just happened this year. I'm telling you, I mean, they didn't use that before.
No.
But now you hear it all the time.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people at home that are getting ready to Google it. What did he say?
Yeah.
Line to gain.
You're lining that up.
You didn't hear it before this.
No.
600 years. 1st and 10 for the Pirates. Their own 34-yard line. Anders under center again. Hand off the right side this time.
There you go.
Breaking a tackle at the line of scrimmage and now getting piled on well after he's down is Darian Washington. But he gets a quick 5 yards on it. It'll be 2nd down and 5 from the 39-yard line.
That's what we were talking about a minute ago, Terry. You got to get that 1st and 10. You got to get a nice propulsion, get a 6-7 yard drive.
You get 5 or 6.
Setting up a pass play. I can smell it.
Yeah,
they're setting up a dagger for the pass play here.
What I was wondering.
That's about 9 runs in a row here. 2nd down and 5 now for the Pirates, just shy of their own 40-yard line. Anders under center again. Handoff right up the middle. Getting it across the 40 to the 41-yard line is Essig.
That's that Van Houten right there in that tackle.
And it'll be 3rd down and long 2 this time.
If I were them, I'd never quit blitzing because they've been very successful every time they do that.
I agree 100%.
3rd and 2 for the Pirates from their own 42-yard line. Under 7 minutes to play in the football game now. Anders trots out after getting the play from Geschwinder. And he'll break the huddle. Whalen will come set under center again. And he just popped them offside to give him a hard count. He bid on it, and he gets a cheap 1st down.
Well, between me, you, and Terry, that number 47 was over the line before it even started.
4 of them, about 4 of them that bid on it. Give them a quick hard count, and they bid on it.
He let his mouthpiece out of his mouth, and it swung over the line of scrimmage. That's how close he was to it.
1st and 10 for the Pirates, out to their own, just shy of their own 47-yard line.
This one for me.
So,
KHBL player.
You got the actual frequent flyer card.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's like, look, they got a punch card. And half of them are already filled.
Punch cards. This is great.
I've got one of my billfolds from earlier too.
I want the punch card for their pizza.
Talking about frozen sippies again. Joe's on the frequent flyer program.
Yeah.
All right, on 1st and 10, Anders under center. Quarterback keeper this time. Spin move out to the 49-yard line. Pickup of about 3.
You know those bars that you go into, those real small-town bars, and they got everybody's coffee cup up behind them? Yeah. That's what I want. I want to get to that
when
level.
You walk in, you give me the usual.
Hey, Joel.
Marcus, give me the yellow one.
Yeah. Boy meets beer. Boy falls in love. And beer goes away.
2nd down and 7 now, just shy of the 50-yard line for the Pirates.
We were talking about that at halftime, Joel. What a good time that was down there.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Anders will come set under center. And the split backfield again behind him. Takes a snap. Handoff left side this time, across the 50-yard line. To the Mexico 49-yard line is Darian Washington. And it's going to be 3rd down and 5 from there.
Oh, man. We need to get a little bit more penetration going on here, guys. I'm worried about the clock. We're just inside 5 minutes right now. We need to get down here and score.
We need another score. There's no question
If we
about
turn
it.
this over, they kind of have the clock, and if they score, then obviously they're going to try to go for two.
Been a fair amount of drama on this drive alone. And it's
Hoskins
under
back
center
in.
this time. Hoskins, single tight end set to the near side. On 3rd down and 5, Hoskins leads the way, and he breaks a hole wide open.
Yeah.
Down to the 40, to the 35-yard line. Hoskins blew a hole open for Darian Washington.
That was huge.
That was great. That was fantastic block. That was Hoskins.
I tell you, we've got an offensive and a defensive player of the game, and Trey Hoskins is making a bid for both of them.
76 is turning around the field. No, 76 from Mexico is beating his hands, turning around and looking at number 7 saying, who in the hell is number 5? Where did he come from?
He rolled for 5 yards after he got hit there.
Joe, tell him his name is Joe Booth.
He said, we're playing Kirksville.
1st and 10 from the Mexico 35-yard line. Anders takes a snap. Quarterback keeper this time. Oh, go, baby! Into the secondary. Down to the 15-yard line.
Honestly, if he would have just put the pedal to the metal, he'd have beat everybody.
Yeah, should have gone straight ahead.
I think Whalen was surprised when he got into the secondary. He didn't expect there was nobody there.
He got to that second level, and it was like, oh,
yeah, there's nobody but daylight between me and the
Joe
goal line.
talks about.
That's right. Yeah. Greatest feeling in the world. Well, one of them.
1st and 10 for the Pirates at the Mexico 16-yard line. 3:27 left to go in the game. Hannibal up by 7. Anders under center again. Takes the snap. Handoff left side. Essig hit at the line of scrimmage. Pulls his way across it, though. He gets tackled just shy of the 10.
That's pretty good push, Joe.
That was a good push there late.
Now Mexico calls
about 3
timeout.
yards, 4 yards.
Mexico takes their first timeout of the half. They'll
Good job. Good job,
set
offense.
up at 2nd down and 6 from the 12-yard line of Mexico. We'll just keep this one here. It is crunch time now. The Pirates score here. It is pretty well over.
Alex, what was the time when we got the ball?
Oh, I think it's
Way to go,
11
Karen.
minutes. Or, we started the half.
11:49.
Yeah, 11, I said we started the quarter, 11:49.
This has been over 8-minute drive. 14 running plays, over 8 minutes.
Oh, wow. Nothing more than just asserting yourself.
That's what you need to do.
We have not thrown the football at all on this possession.
I don't think we will, just for the clock.
Yeah. Now it makes no sense to throw it.
No, you just keep pushing.
Yeah, punch it in now.
Well, there's a well-known alumni down there, a guy by the name of Xavion Washington. One of our good buddies.
I saw another All-Stater for Hannibal down here a minute ago. A.J. Thomas the Train.
Are you kidding?
Oh. There's one that takes me back.
Man, we haven't heard about that guy in a while.
I forgot about the Train.
Me too. He was the original Train.
He was the original scare factor.
That's right.
All right, Anders under center now. On 2nd down and 6 from the 12. Takes a snap. Handoff Essig. Inside the 10 to the 5. And knocked down inside the 5-yard line. He ran into traffic on the left side, quickly reversed his field. First rung open across the line of scrimmage. Almost broke it free, but he gets tackled inside the 5.
What is that, Mark?
First down and goal. Go.
There it is.
Oh, I love it.
From the 4-yard line, down under 3 minutes to go now. And Anders trots into the huddle. He'll break it. Mexico is really sucking wind now.
Hoskins tight end.
To the right side is Hoskins. And they'll run it to the right side, but hold everything. We got stoppage on the field.
Uh-oh.
They're looking towards Mexico.
There
Mark.
is laundry on the field on the far
Lined
sideline.
up too tight.
May have been.
Neutral zone infraction.
It is yes.
Yeah.
Good call there.
Okay.
Good call, Joel. Not your first rodeo.
Well, I tell you, I look at your back, guys, because that's where I used to play.
Been there and done that, haven't you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Been there.
The post of the ball is on the 2-yard line.
The 2. From the 2. First and goal for the Pirates.
Keep that clock running.
2:20 left to go in the football game now. Pirates leading by 7, 34-27.
Keep the clock up.
punch it in here, and we can pretty much cash our ticket to next week's district championship
Timeout, Mexico.
game. And then they take a timeout. Well, it took them long enough to call it.
Yeah, they wait to 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Fine with me.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Okay. So be it.
Mark, what is a goose? Like, is it the white geese that you shot?
Oh,
for
no,
that?
that's a Canada. That's a Canada.
That's a Canadian
goose.
goose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So later on, when the snow geese come, those are the white geese, and they're okay to eat. But
Not as good at eating as that, huh?
What they call the white front geese, the speckled bellies, those are like eating filet mignon.
Oh,
I'm not kidding you. I get 2 or 3 of them a year, and Lori's like, "Oh yeah, you can bring those home." Anytime. Yeah.
Very seldom in my life have I regretted eating pizza, but tonight's one of them.
I
Eat
know.
this instead.
I know. Well, this is gone. Alex,
Joe, let's go to Sippy's, and I'm thinking cocktails, and he's like, "Oh, I'll order pizza," and I'm like, "Well, I got all this pastrami."
Don't you worry, Mark. Yes, sir.
Joel Booth, would you look at your phone and look at live scores for varsity football being in Logan, Rogersville, and West Plains? Because my phone says Logan Rogersville is up 72-0.
What?
Are you kidding me? I'll just check my knees.
Danny said they were ahead earlier.
From the 2-yard line, first and goal. Anders under center. Leans forward. That's going to cost him 5. I don't know what that was all about. That was leaning forward. That is a false start on the quarterback there.
It's actually on the center.
So he was waiting for the ball, and Anders kept leaning forward like, hey, snap the ball. And that'll cost him 5. So first and goal from the 2 suddenly becomes first and goal from the 7.
I think Warrenton was up 28-7 earlier.
35-7 now.
35-7. So we will be going to Warrenton if we can hold on to this lead next week.
Looks like it.
Well, Logan Rogersville is where I take my vacation around Thanksgiving. My brother lives down there.
Can you get there in a day?
Yes, sir, you can.
Right, from the 7.
If you don't stop for lunch and
dinner.
dinner.
Takes snap, hand off left or right side, and Essig is inside the 5.
If the ball reached out to the 2-yard line, they're going to mark him down about just inside the 3.
If it weren't for the penalty, we'd be dancing in the end zone right now. But that's going to take it under 2 minutes, and Mexico has got 1 timeout left. Are they going to call it? No, they're going to let it run.
There's another flag.
Second down and goal.
No.
23 seconds on the play clock, and they're going to nurse it all the way down to minute 20 by the time the Pirates take this snap on second and goal, now from the 4. Anders under center again. All run plays on this drive. He takes a snap. Quarterback keeper again.
Touchdown.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Waylon Anders, his 3rd of the evening. His 3rd touchdown of the evening has the Pirates set up for a trip to Warrenton next week. 40-27 now with 1:20 left to go in the football game.
I'm going to tell you something, though, guys. We need to give a shout-out to this Mexico team. They come in here and played well.
Yeah.
They really did.
Absolutely.
Kudos.
They gave the Pirates all they wanted tonight.
Logan
and the extra point is... Oh, wait, hold on. No extra point yet. We got a timeout on the field and offsides against Mexico.
Just go ahead and go for 2 now.
Yeah. That was a good kick, too. Went right down the middle. Once again, our Hannibal Pirate KHBL players, that's players, offense and defense, will receive compliments of frozen sippies, 2 32-ounce slushies, and a pizza. Then there's a throw into the end zone, and it's good. 2-point conversion is good. It is caught by Dylan Moss.
White Dorsey.
And that makes it 42-27.
Shades of
120 left to
Patrick
go.
Mahomes.
Yeah, how about that?
That was neat.
Did look a little bit like Pat, didn't it?
Didn't he, though? He doesn't have the dad bod,
no.
but he's getting there.
He'll come.
I love it when my quarterbacks are a little Mahoney.
And the Pirates just punched their ticket to Warrenton next week. We'll have that game right here on KHBL next Friday night for the district championship. I have to make sure I get all my deer hunting stuff out early Friday afternoon so I can make it back.
Well, obviously on this score stream thing, Mark, it said 72-0. It was wrong. I got West Plains Scissors over Logan Rogersville, 27-19.
The Scissors.
The Scissors.
Yep, I remember
Makes me
that.
sick just saying it.
Yeah.
That would be good if we could beat Warrenton next week and have West Plains come here the
that'd be
following
something.
week.
That would be something. They could make that 5.5-hour journey.
Yep.
I never dreamed before Joe and I drove down there that you could drive 5.5 hours, still be in the state of Missouri. All right, Landon Essex spots it at the 40-yard line now, and he steps into this one. It's a low line drive kick, bouncing in. It's going to roll all the way down inside the end zone.
Just like you said earlier, Joe, Bolivar's good too, so that's not a given. They're going to win.
Bolivar's up on Carl Junction.
Yep.
1st and 10 now for Mexico at their own 20-yard line, but they trail this one by 15 with just 1:20 left to go. Yeah, so what a difference this a month has made. The Pirates beat Mexico 40-0 earlier here at Porter Stadium. And the Pirates got their end of the deal. They held up 42 points tonight, but Mexico came out of nowhere to score 27. And like I said, up until 10 minutes ago, it was anybody's game.
Yeah, it absolutely was. Hopefully Hannibal knows they've got to play tough every game now.
Benny under center. Takes the snap, fades back to pass, throws the football, and it is caught incomplete along the far sideline.
Hit him in the hands, in his chest, in his stomach.
The worst possible place.
That's probably why they don't throw the ball.
That's pretty obvious there. They have yet to complete a pass this evening. That's only the third one that they've thrown.
They completed one to James
Wetton. They completed one to James Wetton,
Yeah, Hannibal's previous drive was 17 plays, all run plays. The only pass play was for that 2-point conversion, 88 yards, because this started all the way back on Hannibal's 12-yard line at that interception.
That's right.
Waylon Anders was his third touchdown, 42-27 Hannibal.
How long was the drive? 11 something?
10 minutes and 29 seconds.
10:29. Wow. I tell you what, that would make a guy like Mark St. Clair absolutely foam at the mouth.
That's the difference in the ball game, us sustaining those drives in the second half.
Yep. And the 2 Mexico turnovers, that hurt them badly.
Yeah.
Wow. They had momentum. They don't throw that interception, and they're right there with us.
Yeah.
Down under a minute to play now on 3rd and 5. Benny under center, takes the snap, hand off to Cano, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage, gets a couple of yards. That's going to be darn near the last play of the football game.
The student section
looks like
being so very polite.
Nick Ferreira's down there leading the cheers,
saying goodbye.
Yeah, they're telling them to have a good trip.
Yeah, he's really enjoyed you guys being here tonight.
Yeah. We have a nice parting gift for you.
Just don't come back this year.
Right. Yeah.
I hate Mexico.
All right, Benny. Hold everything. We got laundry on the field with just 12 seconds.
Delay of game?
The delay of game.
DOG.
Yeah. Delay of game with 12 seconds left to play in the football game. Going to make it 4th down and 7. So 4th down and 7 now with just 12 seconds left to go in the game. And yeah, what an exciting second half there. I hope Coach G has settled down a little bit. He was pretty intense there when I walked up to him, tried to get a word. He said, "Get out of the way.
I'm busy."
I'm busy. Yeah, that's all he said. He goes, "I'm busy." Gotcha, Coach. See you after the game.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Here's the last play of the game.
That's sack lunch right there.
Our final score: Hannibal 42, Mexico 27. The Pirates move on. And the Bulldogs move on home. We'll talk this one over after this 2-minute break. You've been listening to Hannibal Pirates Playoff Football on KHBL 96.9 FM.
For those nearing the age of 65, Medicare is an important consideration. At Alexic Family Insurance, we specialize in Medicare and health insurance. Hi, I'm Michael Alexic, your local insurance broker now licensed in Missouri and Illinois. Whether it's Medicare, health, life, or supplemental insurance, we can provide dedicated services to you and your loved ones. Our phone number is 573-570-4476, or we can be reached at alexicfamilyinsurance.com. Alexic Family Insurance, protecting your future one plan at a time.
Smith Funeral Home and Chapel started in 1888, serving others as they would want to be served, with reverence, respect, and responsibility. Services are personalized and specific to each family. Smith Funeral Home and Chapel is proud to have provided over 130 years of service to the Hannibal community and the surrounding area. Brent Massey and staff wish the best of luck to the Hannibal High School Pirates.
Wondering at what age you can retire? Let Benson Financial Group help you answer this question. Trade the best job you ever had for the only job you ever wished for. Our advisors are experienced in developing financial planning strategies for retirement and income distribution. We will build your retirement plan to replace that paycheck. There will be a smart place to get your money when you need it. It'll be an honor to advise you as you plan for your future. Benson Financial Group. Built on trust, dedicated to service.
Crescent Jewelry has always been the Hannibal Pirates' #1 fan. They know and appreciate the efforts and determination these young men must have to enjoy a successful season. Crescent Jewelry has used the same principles to run their business. Your local hometown jeweler for all your jewelry needs is Crescent Jewelers. They offer quality jewelry. Like the Pirates, they try hard to go that extra yard. Crescent Jewelry, 207 Broadway in downtown Hannibal since 1842.
The law firm of Curl, Harkin Holiday is proud to sponsor Hannibal High Football. They're a general trial practice law firm meeting your needs and exceeding your expectations in matters including family law, bankruptcy, and serious personal injuries. Choosing the right attorney is important. Curl, Harkin Holiday will provide experience, integrity, loyalty, and dedication. The law firm of Curl, Harkin Holiday, located at 999 Broadway, downtown Hannibal.
Crescent Jewelry is always...
The employees and directors of F&M Bank and Trust Company wish to thank you for rooting on the Hannibal Pirates on KHBL Radio. We hope you enjoy yourself as you cheer the Pirates on to victory. Since 1870, F&M Bank has been cheering on Hannibal. Look closely at each milestone in our community's history and you'll find F&M's steady and guiding hand right in the middle of it all. Join us as a customer and together we can be a part of Hannibal's future. F&M Bank and Trust Company, Hannibal's biggest fan. Go Pirates!
Welcome back to Porter Stadium, Pirate fans. Our final score, Hannibal 42, Mexico 27, and the Pirates move on to the district championship game next week at Warrenton. You can catch that game right here on Hannibal Pirate Football, KHBL 96.9 FM. It'll be a 6:45 pregame show followed by 7 o'clock kickoff. Well, we got a little bit of business left to take care of before we get the word in with Hannibal head coach Jeff Geschwinder. He didn't want to talk to me at halftime, but Joe's down there on the field now. I'm sure he'll get to talk to him.
Mark, I got to be honest with you. He hasn't seen you. You've been up in the booth.
Yeah.
Who is that guy? That Mexico guy.
He just goes, no. I'm like, oh, okay. So, Joe, I think you got to agree. We talked about it here while we were off the air. Our Hannibal Pirates, at least on the defensive side, player of the game, only played half the game, but what a half it was. Trey Hoskins came in and made all the difference in the second half.
It was an absolute game changer, and everybody's going to agree with that, whether they listen to the game or watch the game. It was absolutely unbelievable what Trey Hoskins did when coming in here.
And now it looks like Geschwinder has dismissed the boys there. He's dismissed the team.
Is he with Rapid Steve tonight?
That's what I was looking. I don't see the print guy, Steve Ehringer. Yep, so Joe's going to try to get a word in with Coach. Tell him he's a little less intense than he was at halftime.
That little guy that does the Muddy River, he's got Waylon. He's down there.
So I've got a couple guys out here on the field, guys. The first one I'm going to talk to is Coach Geschwinder. Coach, great win, different than what it was about 5 weeks ago, obviously. You know, we kind of started this game tonight. We had a lot of holes. We kind of looked like a little bit of Swiss cheese. But you know what? You filled in the right guys when we need to. It was a hell of a battle. It wasn't what we're used to. Definitely going into halftime. You know, there's high emotions here. Talk to us about it.
Well, you know, that was a game we expected 5 weeks ago. You know what I mean? You know, we just had we got them down early 5 weeks ago, and it's hard for a team like that to climb back. This was a game I expected to have. I mean, I know it was going to be a battle. I know we were going to go back and forth. It was just how we were going to respond to plays that they made. they did a great job, but I thought our kids did an outstanding job. I thought our coaches made great adjustments on defense. We had to change some stuff up. Obviously, they popped a big one right off the bat second half, but again, that's what's been so good about our players this year is that we don't let anything bother us. We understand if plays get made against us, we know it's just got to get fixed, and we don't hang our head for the rest of the game. We get back to work and make plays.
Absolutely. We kind of had a little bit of difficulty kind of running some plays there on offense there. Then Landon Essick busts off one up the middle for about 50 yards. Great score there. Then we had Reed Holiday with a beautiful catch there, about 30 yards there. The guys came to play. Whether they were the principal guys or the guys that come in the field, everybody's coming in and they know the role.
Absolutely, they do. And all of them know it's time when it's time to step up. When their number's being called, they, when their opportunity comes, they need to make the plays. Truthfully, I think we could have thrown the ball on them a little bit more. But especially, there wasn't really a big time situation when some of those plays that we worked on all week was good to go. And then whenever we got up, it was just a case of let's keep the ball out of their hands and chew up as much clock as possible. But I thought the kids came out and responded and played great. And again, it was one of those character wins that we've showed a handful of times this year.
Well, definitely chewing up 10 minutes and 38 seconds of the clock there on that drive to kind of punch in that final drive. Definitely was kind of controlling that clock and, not letting them have a chance to get back. Because it was a 7-point game. If we give the ball up and they drive down there, they could try to do something against us where we didn't want to have a 2-point conversion. We didn't want to have that facing us.
Absolutely, and they showed right off the bat that they can score a big play right off, so I was just proud of our kids. They came out, they made the tackles that were needed there, especially in that second half. Offense made the plays that were needed. We grinded out first downs up front. We were studs. And our quarterback, again, like always, he managed a great game, played awesome.
Coach, thank you very much. I think we're going to be ready to go play Warrenton, looks like next week. But here's to a great week of practice. Good luck. Guys, I'm down here with the KHBL Defensive Player of the Game, Trey T-Rex Hoskins. So, Trey, may have been a bunch of us up in the booth and on the sideline kind of noticed that you didn't play the first half. And then I could tell there was some conversation between you and number 72, Nick, going back and forth, and then he disappeared. And so it was kind of like Phantom of the Opera. Poof, halftime comes out, and here we got big T-Rex out on the field, and what a difference. I think multiple times they were saying, who the hell is number 5? Where did he come from? He's 35 years old. Why is he out here? But the things that you kind of caused them to do, and you stopped them from having first downs. You caused them to punt to us. You have great blocks there. I think the kid's still back in the end zone where you blocked him whenever Landon came in there and scored. But, Trey, every game is the most important game because this is it. We lose one, we're done. And we got things going to do with basketball. We're getting ready for track and shot, stuff like that, in which Hoskins is an unbelievable shot player, guys. Just watch for that in the spring. But Trey talked about what you kind of helped bring to the defensive guys that second half of the ball game.
I just tried to pick up their energy and just helping them get the calls in and just making sure I fill in my gap and make sure they know their jobs.
Well, you definitely did that because, not only the electricity showed from the defensive side. They were they didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to combat number 5 out there on the field. But, we can't thank you enough, Trey. So, I know you kind of wanted to rest there. I think it looked like it was kind of an argument with Dad back and forth a little bit. I've got to get in. I know, but it was like we got. Thank you for coming in here, Trey, and it looks like you're doing pretty good. You feeling good? Excellent. Well, I'll tell you what. Congratulations. I'm going to get this certificate to you down here at the booth here in a little bit, but we do have another player of the game for the offensive side. I'm waiting to kind of hear from the guys up there, but T-Rex, ready to go, brother.
All right. Yeah, that's great, Joe. Appreciate you interviewing our Hannibal Pirates defensive player of the game. On the offensive side, Joel, a man after your own heart.
My brother. One from the trenches.
A brother from another mother.
Dallas
Zimmer.
Love him. He's got perfect hair.
He got it done on the offensive line tonight. There's no question about it.
He's a
when
scrapper.
The Pirates were running the football
Dallas Palomalu.
The way they were.
Dallas Palomalu.
In the second half, it was a large part due to that offensive line, and he led the charge there. He anchored that offensive line. So congratulations to Dallas as well. For both of our players of the game, we want to congratulate them. Each of them will receive compliments of frozen sippies and our good friend Marcus Allen 2 32-ounce slushies, and a Papa Murphy's pizza. So congratulations to those guys.